Are you ready? Are you ready? It's time for Effingham Hearts football on your home for local sports, 97.9 XFM. Let's go to the sideline for the pregame show.
All right, good evening from Lincoln Community High School. Getting ready to wrap up the Effingham High School football season on the road here. I am Dustin White. Greg Sapp just getting saddled up after making some last-minute arrangements before the game. And Greg, this is week 6, but this is it for the high school football season.
Yeah, I know. 6-week season instead of 9. We lost a game along the way. Really strange. But nonetheless, it's been a successful season for the Hearts as they end up the Apollo Conference champs and hopefully the undefeated Effingham Hearts.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what's on the line tonight. Effingham sewed up the Apollo Conference championship with a convincing win over Mount Zion last week in our finale at Klosterman Field, our second and final game at home, and now they get a chance to go for the perfect abbreviated season here at Lincoln, and it's going to be an interesting game. Lincoln, not a ton of success this year, but Effingham is going to have a bit of a handicap coming into this game tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt. In that, in case you missed it, Nathan Thompson's not available. Coach Hefner on the post-game show last Friday night talked about the fact the Hearts were pretty well banged up, and he feared then that Nate Thompson had broken his hand during the game. Well, turns out that was correct, and so he's not available. So the Hearts are going to saddle up a reserve in the person of Noah Jones, who's a junior, and Noah will become the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't want anyone to think that that's a personal thing for me to say that it's a bit of a handicap for Effingham, but I think you could have the most talented quarterback, but if you put them in a position where they haven't had those first team reps out on the field, haven't practiced as the starter up until that week, it's going to be a challenge. The team has been operating one way all season long with one person running the show, and now it's going to be different, and that just it's not going to go perfectly, but the question is, will it go well enough to come here on the road and get a win? You would hope that Effingham's defense is still going to play the way Effingham's defense has done all season, and that they should still be able to get that fifth and final win. But it does add it adds a level to this game, a layer to this game that there might not have been if they were at full strength.
Yeah, Chase Woomer and Trevor Donsbach have done a wonderful job as far as running the football, and I'm sure we'll see plenty of running attack tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Effingham still has very good line play on both sides of the ball, and that kind of drives their success in all other facets of the game. Guys like Nathan Thompson, who kind of got pushed into the starting quarterback role himself to begin with, they don't succeed unless they have time to throw, and guys like Chase Wilmer and Trevor Donsbach don't succeed unless they have spaces to run it through, and that is something that Effingham has just consistently done, not just this year but in years past, and no reason to believe that won't continue to be working in their favor this evening.
Yeah, Effingham checks in here 4-0, lost the game. I say lost the game, didn't get to play the game against Taylorville because of Taylorville's COVID problems. Lincoln has played all their games, but while the Hearts are 4-0, Lincoln's 0-5. They're unwon while the Hearts are undefeated. So you factor that into the equation as well, and we'll just see how things shape up tonight. So, again, it's Effingham at Lincoln. Let's take a break. More pregame show on the way in a minute. You're on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Back at Lincoln Community High School, the home of the Railers, and it'll be Effingham at Lincoln. This is an Apollo Conference game, even though it's a case where the Hearts have already clinched the conference championship. Nonetheless, we have this one more game to be completed to wrap up the football season. And I see Nate Thompson walking along the sidelines over there across the field from us, Dustin, and I'm sure that's just killing him that he doesn't get to play this last game.
But like we were talking about on the way up here, if this was a normally organized high school sports year, and football came before basketball, and somehow Nate Thompson ended up having to be the quarterback of the football team in the fall and had broken his hand, then you'd be talking about, well, gosh, that stinks because Nate might not get to play the full basketball season because of a broken hand. But since we played basketball before football this year, it shouldn't affect his chances at all as far as his decision where he's going to go play basketball after he graduates this year. So, as bizarre as things are, that's one thing that you can say, I guess, kind of worked out.
Or to borrow Coach Hefner's word, weird.
Yeah,
it's all been weird.
It's been weird, and my only thing is that I had hoped that by this point in the season, by the time we got to late April and we were playing these football games, that maybe it would be a little bit warmer than it is tonight. We're in a nice booth because they have a nice new press box here in Lincoln, but the players on the field are probably still a little on the chilly side.
Thanks to Mr. Alexander and everybody, by the way, and the board, I'm sure, at Lincoln had a lot of input here. This is a beautiful new press box. We're across the field from where, if you were here a couple of years ago, there was an old press box up behind the bleachers on the east side of the field. Now there's a new shiny press box on the west side by the home fans, it was noted, and that makes perfect sense that it would be here on the home side of the field. So that's the situation here. But your point's well taken, is that we didn't know what to expect. In fact, I checked up here to make sure what our status was because we thought we might be outside because we sat outside a couple of years ago. It wasn't bad, but kind of nice to have writing space and all of that.
Yeah.
You're protected from the elements.
Yeah, it's a little breezy out there today, not overpoweringly so, but enough that keeping papers in front of me would have been a bit of a challenge. So all things equal, I'd rather be sitting inside. Come on.
I will for that too. And always good to get the chance to visit with Neil Alexander. He, of course, has been a legendary basketball coach here for many years and is the AD, and we appreciated getting to talk with him. His wife, Denise, is the athletic secretary, too, so we got to visit with her some over the course of the last couple of days. Well, let me cut to the chase here and talk about how things line up. Effingham opened their season with a 21-7 win at Mahomet Seymour, then won their home opener 34-14 over Charleston. The Hearts pitched a shutout at Mattoon, 28-0, but were having the game canceled when Taylorville had to deal with COVID-19. The Hearts bounced back with a 34-21 win over previously unbeaten Mount Zion, and that clinched the conference championship. While Effingham hasn't lost again, Lincoln hasn't won. The Railers lost to Charleston their opening night 54-0, then were beaten by Springfield Lanphier 59-15 in non-conference action. The Railers lost to Mahomet Seymour 42-14, then fell to Mount Zion 65-6, and then lost last week to Mattoon 42-18. So that's how things shape up. They're going to honor America with the national anthem right now, so let's step aside here on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
ProLube of Effingham is more than just your favorite oil change shop. We sell and install all major brands of tires. Check engine light on? We also perform diagnostic and repair work. Call or stop by today for a free quote at ProLube of Effingham.
All right, back at Lincoln, getting ready for Effingham at Lincoln. Here are the other games tonight in the Apollo. Mattoon's at Charleston. That's the traditional season ender for those two teams. Taylorville's at Mahomet Seymour in the other conference game. Mount Zion's the conference team that's the odd team out this week. They're at Chillicothe IVC, so they're up in this area too. Also tonight, Flora's at Casey Westfield. Newton's at Lawrenceville. Mount Carmel's at Olney, Richland County. Cerro Gordo Bemet's at Cumberland. Cumberland's had a heck of a year, too, so congratulations to the Pirates. They wrap it up tonight. Gillespie's at Vandalia, and Shelbyville is at Tuscola. So those are the other games for Week 6, the final week of the high school football season. We have some other scores to get you up on. We had a game for you, baseball style, on KJ Country at 102.3 this afternoon. Good game out at Evergreen Hollow Park. St. Anthony beat Altamont in a close one, 6-5. As the Bulldogs got the win over the Indians by 1 run. And, of course, the other thing a lot of folks are interested in tonight is the fact that Lakeland is playing Parkland right now in the NJCAA Women's National Championship Tournament out in Hickory, North Carolina. And at last report, a halftime score, it's Lakeland 39, Parkland 21. And we have kids from the area on both ball clubs, so we'll root for a good competitive game, but Lakeland is in front 39-21 at halftime. If Lakeland wins, or Parkland wins for that matter, the winner's in the championship game.
Pretty
and that
exciting.
ain't hay, Dustin.
Pretty exciting.
So we'll try to get you a final on that one. Again, I'm Greg Sapp, Dustin White alongside. Caleb Moody back at the studios feeding us these scores. Thank you, Caleb. And C.J. Schmitz up top. He's videotaping the game, and we'll be able to let you see this game later in the weekend once CJ has the opportunity to get that posted on social media. So we'll keep you abreast of that. Do want to mention that in addition to the baseball game we had this afternoon, the football game we're going to bring you tonight, we have softball for you Monday afternoon, and that's coming up at 4:30 on Monday, and that will be a battle of Dietrich at Altamont, same as we had baseball about a week ago. So softball, Dietrich at Altamont, 4:30 Monday afternoon. That'll be at Gilbert Park at Altamont. And Dustin and I will have that one for you on KJ Country at 102.3 on Monday. One of a series of baseball and softball games we're going to have for you this spring, which is officially the summer season this year. It's weird, as we've heard before. Cubs got a win this afternoon, won 15-2 over Milwaukee, so everybody can be happy about that in the division. Cardinals playing tonight. That's a 7:15 start at Busch Stadium, so we'll try to keep you up to date on that. You told me Atlanta's got who this weekend?
They're playing Arizona. They're playing Arizona, beating them right now. Yeah, the Cardinals got the Reds, so interesting divisional game there, and be interested to see how that one goes. And then I would suggest, if you're a fan of baseball, you stay up late and watch the Dodgers and the Padres if you have the opportunity to do so, because it's a fun little rivalry they're building out there in the West. And I was telling you on the way down here, I was trying to stay up and watch that game last night, and stayed awake for almost all of it.
I did not. It's a great couple of two really good baseball teams squaring off against each other there. So there's a lot to keep tabs on, and Caleb will do his usual great job of letting us know what's up. I do want to mention, too, a couple of things. One is that Effingham was limited to 150 fans. The Lincoln guidelines, and everybody has their own guidelines that they're trying their best to adhere to make sure everybody's safe. There were 150 tickets given by Lincoln to Effingham, and those were all spoken for, and nobody else could get in. And that's why we started telling you that a couple of days ago, because we certainly didn't want somebody to drive all this way and not get into the game.
It's not a short drive.
No. 2 hours every bit of it. So that's why we wanted to be sure to get the word out about that. The other thing I want to mention is about the Frost Soft game. That was to be tomorrow, because tomorrow is officially the end of the high school football season. But they got the okay to go ahead and play the Fresh Soft game on Monday night. So if you're wanting to watch some of the younger guys that are going to develop into next year, a couple of years varsity players, they'll play Monday night, and that game will be at Effingham, because the varsity game's here, so the Fresh Soft game will be at Effingham. So keep that in mind. That'll be Monday night. So want to be sure to get those things in here before we have the kickoff, and we're just about ready to have the kickoff. As decent crowd here tonight at Lincoln Community High School, so we will.
Effingham's going to receive the kick, by the way, which means they must have lost the coin toss.
And there to our right, to the south, here's the kickoff. Again, Effingham's undefeated. Lincoln hasn't won. And the ball goes off the side of the kicker's foot, and Effingham covers it out across their own 30-yard line. So the Hearts are going to have pretty decent field position to start the first drive of the game.
Yeah, Jordan, number 15, Jordan Elsasser, a guy that you don't see having to take too many kickoffs because he's about the third level there, but that was a short kick and close to the 35-yard line. At the 33 is where we're going to start.
I think we'll have to keep tabs on a lot of kids tonight. Again, the quarterback is Noah Jones, a junior for the Hearts, and there's the handoff and a great hole on the left side and a great gain right out of the gate by Chase Woomer. He gets out to the 45-yard line, and the Hearts pick up a first down on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, that is a recipe for success, Greg, and that's some crack analysis for this game, that if you can get a first down on every play that you run, then you're probably going to do okay.
I think we're going to be happy people. So the gain's to the 44, so 1st and 10 for Effingham at their own 44-yard line. Again, we're just underway. Jones up under center on 1st and 10. There's the handoff this time. They send Woomer to the right side. He turns it up. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 40. He's to the 30, inside the 30-yard line before Lincoln finally takes him down. And, boy, once he got some open field, Dustin, it was see ya.
This is what I'm saying. First down every play.
From the 44 of Effingham, the gain is to the 29 of Lincoln. So that's a 27-yard gallop. And it's 1st and 10 for the Hearts at the Lincoln 29-yard line.
Obviously not sustainable throughout a whole game, but a great start and a good sign for Effingham that they have been able to get some big chunks of yardage on the ground.
Jones again stays up under center, looking to throw. Going across the middle, he's got a man there, and it gets picked. There were two defenders, and Lincoln intercepts. They get it out to the 20, near the 25, out across the 25-yard line. And that's where the man with the interception, that's number 9, Sean Raffa. He gets the pick, and he gets bumped out of bounds out across Lincoln's 25-yard line. Mark it at the 27, Dustin. That's where this new series will start. So the Hearts cough it up. Jones, newly minted as the quarterback after the injury to Thompson, threw the interception. So to the 27, and
their own 26-yard line.
I guess I'll call it the 26. Looks like the football's sitting on 27 to me. Anyway, they're going to throw out in the flats. The pass is caught, but it's a very, very short gain, not more than a couple of yards. Good job by Effingham. Franklin got in there, and also in on defense that time for the Hearts was Jacob Stoneburner, who's had a whale of a year. And the pass is complete to the 28. So Raffa, who got the pick, ends up getting the reception, and it turns out to be a gain of just 2, and it's 2nd and 8.
Just a couple of yards on that one.
2 minutes gone in the very first quarter of the final.
Weather's pretty nice, all things considered. Doesn't look like rain's going to be a problem for us tonight at all. Rain overnight? Maybe. From the shotgun, Elijah Polis gets the snap, and the handoff is for just about no gain. The handoff goes to number 44 for the Railers, and Merriman. So apparently not 44. He's wearing a different number tonight. I've got Merriman as 52, so he must be wearing a different number. And the gain is to the 29, so a gain of just 1. So far, defense is doing its job, Dustin.
Yep, that's going to be the name of the game tonight. Effingham's defense is going to have to step up to the plate and have a good performance, and early returns are pretty strong.
Again, Lincoln does not have a 44 on their roster that I have. They're going to throw here, and they're going deep to the sidelines, and the Hearts knock it away. Good defense by Gunnar Franklin. He was back step for step with the intended receiver for Lincoln. That's Dalton Miller. And a nice job by Franklin going up and swatting that one away. So that'll bring up 4th down. So 4th and 7 for the Railers at their own 29.
Railers in punt formation. Punter standing just on the other side of the 15-yard line.
So there's the snap. Good snap. Here's the kick, and he got away in a hurry, and the Hearts are going to get good field position here. It's going to die just inside Effingham's 40-yard line. Parker Wolf decided he'd just lay off since it was about to die, and so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hearts at their 38, Dustin. So from the 28 to the 38, so about a 34-yard punt.
Already blocked the punt.
1st and 10 for the Hearts at their own 38. So that's where they'll set up shop with 9:03 to go in the first quarter. Hearts lost it on an interception. 4 and out for Lincoln, their first possession. Look at Chase Woomer. He's away from everybody, gets down near Lincoln's 30-yard line before they take him down.
So Effingham getting right back to work on the ground. The pass attempt didn't go so well for the Hearts on their first possession, but Chase Woomer is already well over the 50-yard mark, and that it was his 3rd carry. That is exactly at the 30-yard line of Lincoln, so that's a 12 plus 20. That's a 32-yard run. He is at 70 yards on 3 carries.
That's a pretty good average.
That's all right.
I think they'll let you play if you can average that. So 1st and 10 for the Hearts at Lincoln's 30, no score, 8:39 to go, opening quarter of the final football game of this season. Handoff, yes, they do hand it off, and that time Lincoln did a good job of staying home. Woomer had a very short gain. Let's see where they sit it down. They're going to give him 1 to the 29.
Yeah, kind of between the 29 and the 28-yard line, but closer to the 29. I'm inclined to call it a 1-yard gain.
So 2nd and 9. Opening quarter of this one. Again, Noah Jones is the quarterback for Effingham. Hand off to Woomer, coming to the left side. Nice blocking. He gets near the 20 before they finally take him down. Shy of a first down, but in the neighborhood.
Yeah, only about a yard short, and obviously you're in 4-down territory as you're deep in Lincoln's side of the field, so 2 plays to gain 1 yard. I like Effingham's chances here as long as they can hold on to the football.
8-yard gain from the 29 to the 21. So, 3rd and 1. I'd say Woomer's your man. Let's see what happens here. Hearts lined up in the eye. Deep back. Woomer's got it. He's got the first down and then some. He's inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5-yard line before they finally take him down.
Slow to get up, though. He gets a little help from some of the Lincoln players, actually, so we will see about that.
And Stoney's checking the point to the sidelines.
Yeah, he's bringing them out, so Donsbach going to come in the game.
So Trevor Donsbach's going to carry here. The gain is to the 4, so from the 20 to the 4. Gain is 16, so 1st and goal for Effingham at Lincoln's 4-yard line. So Trevor Donsbach in at the tailback spot. Stoney at the blocking back spot. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Donsbach. Touchdown, Effingham. Picked his way through the traffic right of center and went in pretty much untouched. 4-yard touchdown run. Comes with 6:54 to play in the opening quarter, and Effingham takes a 6-0 lead. So they bounce right back after the turnover and the injury to Woomer, and the fact they don't have their starting quarterback, and they score on their second possession to make it 6-0. Bo Hefner in for the extra point try. Wolves hold, looks good, kicks up, looks good to me. The officials agree, and it's 7-0 Effingham. 6:54 to play opening quarter. Back in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Armando Estrada kicks it out of the end zone, so it'll be a touchback, and Lincoln will get it 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. Nice drive, 5 plays, 62 yards, took 2:09 off the clock, highlighted by Trevor Donsbach's 4-yard touchdown run. Bo Hefner's kick was good, and the Hearts have a 7-0 lead pretty much right out of the gate. That was efficient.
Yes. You'll take it.
1st and 10. Paulus is the quarterback for Lincoln from the shotgun. Here's a handoff, and boy, the Hearts stuff it. My goodness. Stoneburner and friends. Boffman's in there. Who else is in there? Let me give credit where credit's due. Kalen Reardon in on that stop. And a short gain by, again, Jared Merriman.
Merriman's second carry and his 2nd yard gained.
From the 20 to the 21. That'll make it 2nd and 9. Yeah, I know you're not probably keeping score at home, but Merriman's wearing 44 rather than 52, so I'll try to get that changed on my roster here. Going to throw this time. Throw to the sidelines. It's picked and dropped. Holy cow. Gunnar Franklin had it right in his breadbasket. Couldn't bring it in.
He's pretty upset with himself right now. He takes another lap around the around the field as he kind of works that one out in his mind, because that was would have been, he would have had some running room in front of him as well. Couldn't come up with the ball. Hit him pretty much in the chest, actually. He just probably wasn't expecting it to be that catchable. So Effingham's defense will stay on the field, but it is 3rd and 9, so pretty good spot to be in right now.
I wonder whether he might have been shielded from the ball by the receiver.
Could be.
Here's a throw. No, they're not going to throw because the Hearts got in there, and in a hurry, he is sacked. Nice work by Zach Slifer. He took him down in a hurry. A loss on the play back inside the 20 to the 19, so a loss of 2. Zach Slifer with the sack, and so it's 4th and 11. Lincoln at their own 18, and they'll have to punt it away here. Well, the Hearts could get great field position here. Here's the kick, and it's short off the side of the foot. It hits at Lincoln's 35 and goes out of bounds. Effingham's going to have great field position. 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 35.
Yeah, just a 16-yard punt. Ledley, Jaden Ledley, the Lincoln punter, he got a 33-yarder off the last time, but this one off the side of the foot or a little bit of something like that, and so Effingham's not going to have far to go if they'd like to get back in the end zone.
So 7-0 Effingham. 5:33 to go, opening quarter, as they get this drive started. And the Hearts have dominated. The one turnover on the interception, the one blemish so far. Hearts set it up.
Donsbach late to get on the field, by the way.
Holy cow. Now he's there. He's the lone setback. Jones brings a man across the middle. He about lost it. Now he tucks it. That's Keegan Jones, and he gets it inside the 10 near the 5-yard line. I said Keegan Jones, Keegan Baker. Great run from the 35. He gets it inside the 10 to the, how are they going to set it down here? 6-yard line.
You kind of had to know that Donsbach was not going to get that carry, considering that he wasn't even on the field when the team lined up. But nonetheless, Effingham able to block it well enough that it didn't matter. Keegan Baker coming from the left end round and was able to pull together a 29-yard run.
29-yard gallop, 1st and goal at Lincoln's 6-yard line. Jones up under center. There's the snap. Deep back has it this time. Donsbach, and he is untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Effingham. Trevor Donsbach makes it 13-0. He scores with 5:20 left in the first quarter. So the Hearts score about a minute and a half after their first score.
Yeah, good old-fashioned 13-second scoring drive there.
Bo Hefner's going to try the extra point from Parker Wolf's hold. Placement, kicks up, looks good to me. The officials agree, and it's 14-0 Effingham. And folks just barely getting their popcorn. 5:20 to go, opening quarter. Back with the kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
All right, the drive, 2 plays, 35 yards, 13 seconds. That's pretty efficient. Trevor Donsbach took it in from 6 yards out. Bo Hefner's kick was good, and the Hearts now lead at 14-0. And the kickoff is returned by Lincoln, but only to their 14-yard line. So that's where they'll set up shop First and 10 for Lincoln at their 14. There's a flag thrown. Lincoln gets the ball out around the 20. And we'll sort this out. Lucky number 13 for Lincoln. Isaac Decker, the ball carrier that time. Flag's thrown right about the 15-yard line. Two guys talking on the sideline here to sort this out, and then we'll let you know what's the call. It's a hands call, and it's on Lincoln. Hearts may just let this play go if they have the option.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take the 10-yard penalty here.
It's going to be on Lincoln.
Closer to the goal line, I guess. So they'll walk it back 5 yards
It's
to the 7.
Half the distance is what it is, because it would be a 10-yard holding penalty, except they were at the 15. That's where it was called. So
very good.
So half the distance back to the 7, still first down, but now 18 to go.
5:05 to go. Opening quarter. We're at Lincoln, named after Abraham Lincoln. The only town that was named after Abraham Lincoln while he was still alive. You can amaze your friends with that fact when you get the chance. Handoff and the Hearts stuff it. Man, he got to about the 5-yard line, and there was nothing doing.
Yeah, Isaac Decker getting the carry again, and nowhere to go.
Lost a yard back to the 6, Dustin.
The wordplay kind of writes itself with a kid named Decker, right? Get decked right at the line. I'm going to go ahead and get that one out of the way now.
Thank you. He was the deckee.
Yes. Yeah, he may not be the Decker too much tonight if Effingham's defense plays the way it typically does.
We knew that this was the possibility, that it might shape up to be a game like it's been here in the first few minutes. Again, Lincoln hasn't won this year, and the Hearts haven't lost. And there's a collision between the quarterback and the ball carrier, and there's a safety. The Hearts took him back into the end zone when the quarterback ran into his running back.
Well,
he ended up in the end zone.
Here's the deal. The running back, I don't think, realized that he was supposed to take the football. I think there was some confusion about what's supposed to happen on that play, and they just bumped into each other. Paulus got spun around and then got swallowed up in the end zone. So 2 points on the board for Effingham.
That makes it 16-0. That comes with 4:18 to go in the first quarter. So we may have one of those clocks going fast in this game. So a safety. And that makes it 16-0, and now Lincoln will kick off to the Hearts. So that is how a safety works in high school football.
And they'll have to kick this from the 20-yard line rather than the 40. So, again, Effingham going to have a chance to possibly have some pretty good field position here.
Effingham looking to run the table as much as they can. I mean, wasn't their fault Taylorville wasn't able to play because of COVID, but every game they played, they won, and they're in front in this one. Kickoff ends up right about midfield.
Yeah, it went out of bounds, so that's a penalty.
Hearts had Max Nelson keeping an eye on that one. That's kind of like the opening kickoff went, Dustin.
Mm-hmm.
It went up the middle of the field and then hung a left. So the football's placed right at the 50-yard line. And that's where Hearts will set it up here, 1st and 10.
Where it went out of bounds.
So 1st and 10 for Effingham. Nose of the football right at midfield. 4:18 left in the first quarter as the Hearts start this series. Looking to throw, and the pass is caught, and I think that was Parker Wolf that threw that football.
It was.
And the catch is by Effingham's Garrett Wolf. The Wolf brothers team up for a touchdown. Parker Wolf was in at quarterback, and he unloaded it. The little brother Garrett across the middle, and Garrett took care of the rest. He's played some Frost soft football, Garrett has this year, and he's caught a number of passes this season. So Wolf to Wolf, we had Thompson to Thompson. Why not have Wolf to Wolf, right?
50-yard touchdown pass, and Effingham up 22-0, maybe 23, pending the kick.
Bo Hefner's extra point try looks good to me. The officials agree, and it's 23-0 Effingham, and there's still 4:09 to play in the opening quarter. That's a 9-second drive, by the way, gang. Even I can count that much. Let's take a break. More to come in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
ProLube of Effingham is more than just your favorite oil change shop. We sell and install all major brands of tires. Check engine light on? We also perform diagnostic and repair work. Call or stop by today for a free quote at ProLube of Effingham.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Dustin said I could do that scoring drive on my own. One play, 50 yards. It took 9 seconds. And again, it was Parker Wolf to Garrett Wolf for the touchdown, a 50-yard touchdown pass. And, of course, Bo Hefner's extra point was good, and it's 23-0 Effingham. And we still have 4 minutes to go on the first quarter. Lincoln runs the football.
Sean Raffa took the run there, so Raffa, the fourth different back to run the football, and had about the same level of success. That drive starting at the 23-yard line after a short kick return from also Raffa. Only gets 1 yard. They move it to the 24.
Have they had a gain bigger than 1 yard?
They had a pass for 2 yards.
All right.
That's their big play of the game so far, yes.
Let's see what happens here on 2nd and 9. 3:20 to go, opening quarter. Effingham already in front, 23-0 here at Lincoln. Send a man in motion. A little razzle-dazzle. Here's the handoff, and the Hearts were having none of that. And a nice bulldog tackle by Austin Herbeth for the Hearts.
About 4 Effingham players who were not fooled by that little muddle play in the backfield. There were lots of guys who could have gotten the handoff, but it was Isaac Decker who got it and was promptly dropped for a loss. Well, I don't know.
Got a yard.
How did he gain a yard on that play? I don't understand.
He must have got there quickly, and then Austin dropped him after that. Austin Herbeth with the tackle. It is at the 22.
Yeah, it's back at the 22. He lost a couple yards there. That was a 2-yard loss.
All right.
So 2 yards, still the big play of the game allowed by the Effingham defense so far.
In the shotgun, looking to throw. Here come the Hearts. He gets the pass away. It is complete, and a nice run after the catch, and they get a first down. The pass was complete to Jared Merriman, who again is 44, not 52. And the catch is good from the 23 out to the 35, a gain of 12. And it's the first down for Lincoln tonight.
Yeah, Effingham brought the house there, big-time blitz, lots of guys closing in on Elijah Paulus, the quarterback, but just before he was going to get basically leveled in the backfield, he drops that little screen pass off for the running back Merriman, and they get a first down out of the deal.
2 minutes left in the opening quarter, and it's already 23-0 Effingham here at Lincoln. Raylers send a man in motion. They're going to pass. It's almost knocked away, but instead it is complete, and a nice run after the catch, and he's out across the 45-yard line. That's Isaac Decker, and a nice run after the catch, and he is right knocking on the door, and he does have a first down. They'll mark it right at the 45. That's the 10 yards they needed, just enough for another set of downs for the Railers.
Close to being picked off, but got past the outstretched hands of the Effingham defender. Decker able to run it up the sideline, and so yeah, back-to-back plays. Lincoln has been able to move the sticks, and that's a big improvement for them over the way things were going in the early onset of this game.
Final four, girls college basketball. Lakeland 52, Parkland 37. That's after 3 quarters. Lincoln's going to pass, and the pass is incomplete. They got it just a little deeper than the outstretched arms of
Second down, 10 for the Railers.
Yeah, looks like it was
the receiver could get it.
I think Rafa might have been the intended receiver there.
I'm double checking numbers because obviously our first look at Lincoln this season. One man back there was Scotty Batten, so we might want to file him away for future reference.
And that might have actually been the guy. Now, the numbers on the front of the Lincoln jerseys are a little on the small side.
Minuscule. I That's the word that came to mind. From the shotgun, they stayed in the gun all night, and the handoff and the ball's loose, and the Hearts might have recovered.
They did, but I don't think Merriman was down. They're going to say Merriman was already down when the ball came out.
Jared Merriman was indeed the ball carrier, and he did hit the turf before the ball came loose. And it's just across the 45. They're going to give him a half a yard.
I'll call it a full yard because I'm feeling generous.
Attaboy. Under a minute to go, opening quarter. Hearts in front 23-0 in the last game of the football season. And then more football in August in this weird year.
I guess you got to say it's a couple of strange years at this point, right?
Absolutely. This might be the last play of the first quarter. Paula stays in the gun. He brings a man in motion, looking to hand off. Now he's going to throw. Now the Hearts are after him, and down he goes. There's Herbeth again.
That's Austin Herbert.
Austin Herbeth with his second sack of the game already.
Yeah, and that'll be.
And they drop Paulus
36-yard line.
back to the 37-yard line.
37.
So from the 45 back to the 37, an 8-yard loss on that play. And it'll be 4th and 18. And that, indeed, was the final play of the first quarter. One quarter in the books already here at Lincoln. After one, it's Effingham 23, Lincoln nothing on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
All right, second quarter ready to get rolling. This game isn't going to take long tonight. It's all running plays, and, well, with just a couple of exceptions, I think this isn't going to take long tonight. Hearts already up 23-0, and they're going to punt, and the Hearts might have got a hand on that. It hits at the 40 and then takes a huge Lincoln bounce. My gosh, it's inside the 15-yard line.
Yes, that was obviously the best kick we've seen today out of Lincoln, and so Effingham will actually have to move the ball a little bit here on this possession.
That was forever. It hit at the 40 and then took a huge bounce and landed at the 14-yard line. So Effingham, 1st and 10 at their 14-yard line.
It's a 49-yard punt, which is how many yards his first two punts of the game traveled total.
First play of the second quarter, 11:49 to go in the period as the Hearts get the ball. Noah Jones is back in at quarterback for Effingham. There's the handoff, and it's Donsbach, and he's got a huge boy. See you later. He broke loose from everybody. If he doesn't fall down, it's a touchdown. And I'll tell you right now, touchdown Effingham. Trevor Donsbach, nobody touched him, Dustin.
86 yards, and Trevor Donsbach now has 3 carries and 3 touchdowns on 96 yards.
That's pretty efficient. So Trevor Donsbach extends the lead for Effingham to 29-0. My goodness. 11:35 remaining in the second quarter. Bo Hefner's going to try another extra point from Parker Wolfshold. And there's the snap, the placement. The kick looks good to me. And the officials say it's not good. You're wrong, Greg. But the Hearts still have extended the lead. It's Effingham 29, Lincoln nothing with 11:35 to go in the second quarter. Kickoff on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
ProLube of Effingham is more than just your favorite oil change shop. We sell and install all major brands of tires. Check engine light on? We also perform diagnostic and repair work. Call or stop by today for a free quote at ProLube of Effingham.
Well, the Hearts' last 2 touchdown drives have been pretty darn quick, 1 play each. This one, 86 yards. Trevor Donsbach, I'm not sure was ever touched. The extra point try was unsuccessful, but the Hearts now lead at 29-0 with 11:30 to go in the second quarter. I guess if you're going to have to end your season soon, this is going out in style.
Seems as if Effingham is in pretty good shape here. I was telling you during the break, I'm not ready to call it yet, but Effingham in pretty good shape.
They'll start at their own 21. Lincoln hands off and a gain, maybe no gain as it turns out. As
Rafa took the carry there.
Yeah, and trying to pick up Slifers there. And again, I think we've got Max Nelson getting in there. And Coach said a lot of people got hurt last week. Max Nelson, I think, is getting the opportunity. He's a junior for this Hearts ball club, and he's done a nice job. The line of scrimmage was the 21, and the football right now is at the 21, so 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 10 running plays for Lincoln, and they have lost 16 yards on those.
2nd and 10 here. Paula stays in the shotgun, fakes a handoff to the running back, and now he slides around and does hand it off, and the Hearts are having none of that. In fact, they might have lost a yard on that play. Hearts just collapsed in the middle there, and there was just no room at all. And it's Rafa again, 21-yard line, so no gain, and it's 3rd and 10. Boy, sometimes you just have these sorts of seasons when you just can't seem to have much success. That's what Lincoln's going through here this season.
Well, and then you run into a team as skilled as Effingham is, and that's a tough combination. It kind of makes for these lopsided games like we're seeing tonight.
29-0. Hearts, 9:50 to go second quarter. Paulus trying to throw. He comes to the near side, and it's overthrown and incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 9:45 to go in the second quarter, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. 4th and 10, pardon me. So the Railers will be punting it away.
Well, Jaden Ledley back to punt for the 4th time in this game. He got a 49-yarder off last time, so he's gonna need to do every bit of that if he wants to keep Effingham off of this side of midfield. So he's punting deep in his own territory.
Yep, he's with the wind this second quarter. Here's the kick, straight up the chute. Actually, he's getting some roll. It bounces near midfield. Parker Wolf says, I'm going to return this one. He takes it to the far sideline, gets it inside the 45 before they ride him down. So the Hearts are, again, going to have great field position to start this drive.
I mean, here's the thing about that is that in a game that was not already sort of looking decided, if your punt returner decided that he was going to take that kick with the defense or the return or coverage already closing in on him, you would say, "What in the world are you doing?" But Parker Wolf able to turn that into an 8-yard return.
So it's 1st and 10 for Effingham at Lincoln's 43-yard line. That's where they'll set up shop here. Here's the handoff up the gut and a nice run inside the 35-yard line. Good run by Chase Woomer. Glad to see Chase back after he had to leave very early in the game. He was back in to carry it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. So from the 43 to the 34, a gain of 9, and it's 2nd and 1 for the Hearts. Just outside of 9 minutes left in the second quarter here at Lincoln Community High School.
Well, Chase is probably just saying on the sideline, like, I can't let Trevor Donsbach score every touchdown in this game.
I bet you're right. Let's see what happens here as Jones goes up under center, rolling to the right side. Here's the throw. It's caught out there. Nice grab. Tristan Duncan, see ya later. Touchdown, Effingham.
And let's make sure that we call out the block that Gunnar Franklin threw downfield, because Duncan caught that ball. There was one man that could possibly keep that from being a 34-yard touchdown play, and Gunnar Franklin just depleted him and set up the score. Effingham back in the end zone.
So Effingham extends their lead to 35-0 with the extra point try here from Bo Hefner. Parker Wolf to hold. There's the snap, the placement, the kick. It's up, and it is good. 36-0 Effingham. 8:43 to go, second quarter. Back with a kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
There's the kick. Gunnar Franklin and Jacob Stoneburner in on the tackle as Lincoln's able to return the football to the 25-yard line. I think the official hasn't set it down yet, but he's standing on the 35-yard line. And he still hasn't set it down.
He might. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm still waiting. 25-yard line's where he's standing, so there might have been a penalty. I didn't see any flag.
I did see a referee pick one up there on the far sideline.
So apparently we're going to walk off
I don't know. It almost looks like we're going to do it again. It almost looks like they're going to kick again.
Yeah, we're all coming back to the middle. Kickoff team still on the field.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about the touchdown drive. 2 plays, 43 yards. It took 50 seconds, highlighted by the pretty pass to Tristan Duncan for 34 yards and a touchdown. Bo Hefner's kick was good, and the Hearts lead at 36-0 with 8:36 left in the second quarter. Last game of the football season. I'm always anxious to tell you next week the Hearts won't. Last game of the season.
Must have been a 5-yard penalty against Effingham, whatever it was. They're going to kick from the 35-yard now. 35-yard line is that's Armando Estrada back there.
Here's the kick. And it's fielded on the hop inside the 25-yard line by Lincoln, and they return it out across the 35-yard line. So, Lincoln, I think maybe their best field position of the night.
Isaac Decker on the return.
Isaac Decker's been a busy guy tonight. They'll sit it down at the 36. So 1st and 10 for the Railers at their own 36-yard line. 8:30 to go in the second quarter here at Lincoln Community High School. A reminder, we'll have softball for you Monday afternoon. Dustin and I will have that for you. St. Anthony and Altamont. Or Dietrich and Altamont, pardon me. Here's a pass play. The pass is caught, but for maybe a loss.
Yeah, Rafa caught the pass and was trying to come around the right edge, but could never find that edge because Effingham closed in on too quickly. So a completed pass, but like you said, pinning the spot, maybe a loss on the play.
Gunnar Franklin on the tackle for Effingham. Call it the 34-yard line, so there was a loss of 2, and it's 2nd and 12. So the pass was caught, but for a 2-yard loss. 7:57 left in the second quarter. Effingham in front of Lincoln, 36-0. All 150, I think, from Effingham made the trip up here. Nice to see some folks here tonight to support the Hearts. Here's the handoff, and maybe another loss. Stoneburner's in there. Is that Boffman? They're peeling off the top. Yeah, I thought so. And up and under is Kalen Reardon. So I like it when it's multiple people in on a stop.
There were definitely about 4 guys in on there as it was Merriman taking the carry, and he got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So 3rd and 12. 7:10 to go, second quarter. Hearts will be 5-0 if they maintain this lead through the game. And after last week's great win over Mount Zion, any lull has not been seen here tonight. And a sack of the quarterback. Effingham got in there in a hurry. Zach Schleifer's there, and he has some help with from Kalen Reardon as Paulus goes down back to the 25-yard line. So that's a loss of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and a whole bunch.
21, I believe. 21, 22. 22's on the scoreboard. A lot, a bunch. You were right.
They're going to punt here, and they let it go, and it ends up going into Effingham territory. They're getting some nice punts out of their special teams. It was touched by a Lincoln special teams man, and it ends up out of bounds, although he touched it. They're going to say it went out of bounds, though, at the 38. So Effingham has it 1st and 10 at their 38-yard line, and this drive will start with 6:14 to go in the second quarter. Hearts in front 36-0. Again, looking to finish the season 5-0. Noah Jones has done a good job filling in for Nate Thompson, who broke his hand in last week's game. Here's a handoff. Look at him pick his way through the traffic. Heck of a run by Chase Woomer. He gets it to the Lincoln 45-yard line.
Right at the end of that play, after he'd already broken free of a couple of ankle tackles and shook loose from some guys, Woomer was able to put his shoulder right into a Lincoln defensive back and just knock him backwards. That's got to be such a good feeling as a running back to be able to do that with a whole head of steam, and another big gain for the Effingham players in the running game.
15-yard gain for Woomer. First down for the Hearts, now at Lincoln's 46-yard line. Jones up under center. Deep back's got the handoff. That's Woomer. Look at the hole left to center. Still on his feet. He might be gone. He's inside the 20, the 10. Still on his feet. Touchdown. Oh, no, they're going to say he's taken down at the 1.
Well, he made a really good move there inside the 10-yard line to try to duck underneath Lincoln defender and make that last-ditch dive for the end zone. He extends the football, but the knee hits the ground a yard short, so just a 45-yard gain. And there is a flag. There's a flag laying at the 10-yard line, so it may have not mattered anyway.
Let's see how this is sorted out. Again, the flag, as Dustin said, is at the 10, and that's where they'll walk it off. So the Hearts still with a great gain. It must be a hold. 10-yard penalty, pushes it back out to the 20. So he gained from the 46 to the 10, so a 36-yard gain. Now the 10-yard walk-off back to the 20, and that's where the Hearts will get it 1st and 10, because they got the first down and then the 10-yard walk-off. So 1st and 10 at the 20 for Effingham. Here's the handoff, running it up the middle, Woomer, and he got to the 15, so a decent gain on first down.
About 5 yards there.
Woomer, the ball carrier.
So Chase Woomer, a 5-yard gain to the 15.
2nd down and 5.
And that makes it 2nd and 5. Just outside of 5 minutes left before halftime here. Effingham in front, 36-0 here at Lincoln.
What kind of game it is when Woomer gains 5 yards and you're like, well, that's not very much.
Split out wide.
Here's the handoff. They run it up the middle again. They have the first down inside the 10, and a good run for Woomer. Chase from the 15 gains to the 9. So a gain of 6. They needed 5. First down for Hearts, and it's 1st and goal at the 9.
168 yards on 11 carries for Chase now, and he wants to find the end zone one more time this season. So we'll see what they do here from 9 yards out.
Noah Jones up under center on 1st and goal for Effingham. Handoff. Oh, the up back that time. Castillo got the handoff, and he's inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. So Edgar Castillo was in at the fullback spot, and he gains to the 4. So from the 9 to the 4, a gain of 5, Dustin. And it's 2nd and goal at the 4. 36-0 Effingham.
Castillo generally doing the blocking in the backfield, but gets the handoff there. He's caught a few passes this year as well, but gets a rare chance to carry the football.
There's the snap handoff. Castillo again. He's driving and diving, and he's still on his feet. And Lincoln finally takes him down. He might have got to the 2. I'm watching where the side official is. There's another flag,
the side official threw a flag in there, too, toward the end of the play. I think he made a face mask motion whenever he was talking to his brethren in stripes out there.
Referee says it is indeed a face mask, and it's on Lincoln. So the Hearts advance the football to the 2, half the distance. They'll get it to the 1. So it was a gain from the 4 to the 2, so a 2-yard gain, and then the penalty, half the distance. So a 1-yard penalty. And it's still second and goal, now at the 1. Maybe Jones will keep. There's the handoff. It's Woomer. Touchdown, Effingham. Chase Woomer. There, he got the touchdown you mentioned.
Yep.
Scores from 1 yard out. That'll extend Effingham's lead to 42-0. The score comes with 3:35 to go in the second quarter. So Chase Woomer, who had gotten his bell rung early in the game and got pulled, and Donsbach came in and scored the touchdown that Chase probably would have. Now he gets a chance to touch the end zone. And one more extra point try. Bo Hefner puts it up and in. 43-0 Effingham. 3:35 to go second quarter. Back with a kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
All right, the kickoff to Lincoln, and the Railers get the ball just across the 20 at the 21-yard line. And another tackle by Austin Herbeth. He's going to show up well on the tackle sheet tonight as he takes the return man down at the 21, and that's where where Lincoln will set up 1st and 10 with 3:31 to go before halftime. Elijah Paulus looking to throw. He's going deep. He's got a man there, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Scotty Batten, and he was overthrown. Stops the clock with 3:26 to go, and it's 2nd and 10 for Lincoln at their 21-yard line.
Go right there. I'm trying to make that.
We had baseball for you earlier this afternoon. Matt and Mike had that, and that's on St. Anthony beat Altamont 6-5. Couple of good baseball teams going at each other in that one. Yadi Molina's hit a homer. Cardinals in front of the Reds 1-0. Cubs won this afternoon 15-2 over Milwaukee. So those scores as well. And Lakeland was leading Parkland after 3 quarters in their Final Four girls national tournament basketball game. And stuff, holy cow, a pitch play for Lincoln, and as quick as the pitch was caught, Cochran came in there and picked him up.
Yes.
And put him down.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Got both of his feet off the ground en route to making that tackle there. A loss of 6 yards.
So Isaac Decker did what he could, but you can hardly gain any ground when you're up in the air.
There's not much you can do when you take a pitch in the backfield and the defender's already there in the process of lifting you up as you catch the football.
Sean Cochran with an impressive tackle. So it's now 3rd and 16. Paulus wanting to throw, a little jump pass. He completes the pass. Nice effort, and Lincoln gains a lot of yardage. They're out across their 25-yard line on that pass play. Yep. The catch out there made by Jared Merriman.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 yards shy of the first down yet, but a pretty good little play there. It's going to be a 4th down situation though, and I think they may have to punt again.
From the 21 to the 27, so
About 2 minutes to go in this first half.
Gain to the 27-yard line. It's 4th and 4, and they are going to punt it away. Trailing 43-0, just outside of 2 minutes left before halftime. Effingham with this big lead, looking to finish the season undefeated. Lincoln taking a little bit of time here, getting the play away. Clock's down to 2. They finally do get the snap made, and a blast.
That's
of
a good
punt.
kick.
Wow, huge punt. Fielded on the hop by Parker Wolf. The old bull rider gets it out across the 40 to near the 45-yard line before they take him down. Parker Wolf says, yeah, nice return, but did you see my touchdown pass?
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the only thing he's going to be talking about.
The wolf-to-wolf touchdown. Holy cow. By the way, Parker did make All-State in basketball. he and Nate Thompson both, and all of that information's on the website. I'm going to be mentioning it in the sports show once the number of scores die down. I'm hoping for a rainy day when nothing gets played, and I'll have a chance to run through all of those, but it is on the website. So the return by Wolf to the 45. That's where Effingham will start this drive, and their own 45. And this will start with 1:43 to go before halftime. Already 43-0 Effingham. Noah Jones has done a great job filling in a quarterback. There's the handoff, and it's Castillo again, and it's right up the middle, and he's into Lincoln territory. Nice run on first down. Edgar Castillo takes it to Lincoln's 47-yard line. So from the 45 to the 47, a gain of 8, and it's 2nd and 2.
Effingham not going to push things. They'll take their time in the huddle as well, not in a hurry to embarrass anybody here. They've already got this game well at hand.
Well, when we knew Nate wasn't going to play, you would have figured that the Hearts were going to keep the ball on the ground with their experienced ball carriers, and it's worked out pretty well.
It sure has.
Almost entirely that's been the case. We're under a minute to go before halftime. Jones up under center on 2nd and 2. There's the snap. He gives it to the up back again, and Castillo driving and diving, and he got very near the first down. I think he got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. He needed to get across the 45-yard line, and looking at the line judge, they actually gave him a lot more than I even thought they were going to, so he easily gets those chains moved.
Gain to the 43, so from the 47 to the 43, a gain of 4, and that's a new set of downs for the Hearts, and that might have been the last play of the first half. They're moving the chains. We're down to about 20 seconds left, and there's 20 seconds on the clock and 21 on the play clock. So I think we played our last game, or our last play of the first half.
The official clock on the game.
That's the last first half play this season.
It is. This season. Not this year, but this season.
Exactly. Yeah, not this year. More football on the way in August, right? That is the last play of the half. At the half, Effingham mighty impressive. It's Effingham 43, Lincoln nothing. Halftime show on the way in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
ProLube of Effingham is more than just your favorite oil change shop. We sell and install all major brands of tires. Check engine light on? We also perform diagnostic and repair work. Call or stop by today for a free quote at ProLube of Effingham.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
We're back at Lincoln Community High School at halftime. It's Effingham 43, Lincoln nothing. Again, the Hearts are undefeated. Lincoln hasn't won this year, and so we had the feeling that this might be a bit of a lopsided contest, and so far it's certainly been the case, as 43-0, Hearts in front at halftime. Here's a recap on the scoring. Effingham scored with 6:54 to go in the first quarter. A 2-minute, 9-second drive, 5 plays, covered 62 yards, highlighted by Trevor Dunsbach's 4-yard touchdown run. Bo Hefner's kick was good, and the Hearts had a 7-0 lead. Effingham scored about a minute and a half later with 5:20 to go in the first quarter, and that was at the end of a 2-play, 35-yard drive, highlighted by a 6-yard touchdown run by Dunsbach, and the kick by Hefner was good, a 13-second drive, and Effingham extended the lead to 14-0. Then Lincoln had problems in their backfield, and the Hearts took full advantage of it. It was right near Lincoln's goal line. In fact, it went into the end zone, and the Hearts tackled the man for a safety. So that came with 4:18 to go in the first quarter, made it 16-0. Effingham scored again with 4:09 to go in the first quarter. They scored 4 times in that first period on the end of a 1-play, 50-yard drive. And again, that was a case where Parker Wolf passed to Garrett Wolf for the touchdown. Again, Bo Hefner, extra point kick good, a 9-second drive that time. And with 4:09 to go in the first quarter, Hearts were already in front, 23-0. They scored 3 more times in the second quarter. The first one came barely into the second quarter, and that was a one-play 86-yard run. Great run by Trevor Donsbach. He broke through the line of scrimmage, and it was see you later from that point, an 86-yard touchdown run. That time the extra point was not successful, a 14-second drive, and that extended Effingham's lead to 29-0. Hart scored again with 8:43 to go in the second quarter at the end of a 2-play 43-yard drive that took 50 seconds, and that was a pretty touchdown pass from Noah Jones to Tristan Duncan, 34-yard pass completion for touchdown. And again, Hefner, the extra point kick was good, and the Hearts extended the lead to 36-0 with 8:43 to go in the second quarter. Hart scored again with 3:35 to go in the second quarter, and that was a more traditional drive, 7 plays, 62 yards, and it took 2:39 off the clock, highlighted by Chase Woomer taking it in from 1 yard out. Again, Hefner good on the extra point try, and here at halftime, it's Effingham 43, Lincoln nothing. Dustin's working on the stats for that first half, and Caleb will have plenty of scores. CJ's still up top. He's capturing all the video on this one, so watch for that a little later in the weekend on our social media sites. Right now, at the half again, Effingham 43, Lincoln nothing. More to come in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
All right, we're back at Lincoln Community High School at halftime. It's Effingham 43, Lincoln nothing. And Dustin has a double armload of stats offensively for the Hearts, but the defense has been pretty nice too. What do you have for us?
Yeah, you're going to see pretty quickly how this thing is going. Effingham outgained Lincoln 397-4 in the first half. The Hearts ran 23 plays from scrimmage, gained 397 yards. Lincoln 25 plays for a grand total of 4 yards. The Hearts 15 first downs, 13 on the ground, 2 through the air. Lincoln with a couple of first downs, both of those in the passing game. And Effingham has been able to run the football pretty much in unstoppable fashion. 20 running plays for 313 yards. That's a 15.7 yard average and 4 touchdowns for Effingham in the running game. They've only put the ball in the air 3 times, 2 completed, 1 intercepted, but both completions were touchdowns, 84 yards worth of them, and that's how you get 397 yards on 23 plays. Lincoln, 15 running plays in the first half. They lost 31 yards, so that's just a touch over 2 yards lost per attempt. They passed the ball 10 times, 5 of those completed for a grand total of 35 yards. And so when you add it all up, that's how you get to their 4 yards on 25 plays. Turnovers, Effingham does have the only turnover in this first half, as they had an interception that they threw in the first half. Penalties, not much to speak of. Hearts penalized twice for 15 yards. Lincoln penalized once. It was a 5-yard penalty, but of course it was a half-distance situation, so only 1 actual yard worth of penalty yardage. Time of possession, Effingham only had it for 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Lincoln had it for 14:48, but as much as the 37 minutes that Effingham had the football last week against Mount Zion told the story, 9-12 doesn't really mean much of anything because it just means that you're scoring pretty much at will. Taking a look at individual numbers, we'll start with Lincoln. They've had 4 different guys run the football. I guess the most success you could say is from Jared Merriman. He's got 4 carries for 3 yards. Sean Rafa, 3 carries for a total of 1 yard. Isaac Decker has carried 4 times. He's lost 9 yards. And Elijah Paulus, the Lincoln quarterback, has been sacked a few times. He has lost 26 yards on 4 attempts. Speaking of Paulus, he has put the ball in the air 10 times, 5 completed for 35 yards. Merriman, his favorite target so far, 2 catches for 25 yards. Rafa has caught 2 passes. He lost 2. He gained 2 on those, so it zeroes out. And then Isaac Decker, 1 catch for 10 yards. I want to mention that Rafa also had the interception for the Rail Splitters, 18-yard return on that. And Jaden Ledley, their punter, has been busy tonight. He has put the ball in the air 5 times and has a nice little average, 35.2 yard average on his punts. So there you go. I think that's pretty much all I need to mention. Oh, Rafa, 3 kick returns for 37 yards. We can mention that. Isaac Decker, 1 return for 12. And Scotty Batten, 1 kick return for 9 yards. And that really is everything I've got for Lincoln. Turn your attention to the Effingham individual statistics. And Chase Wimmer, in terms of yardage, the leading rusher for Effingham, 169 yards on 12 carries. His last one was a 1-yard run into the end zone for his only touchdown of the first half. But again, 12 carries, 169 yards. You don't need a calculator to know that that's real good. Trevor Donsbach, 3 carries for 96 yards. And 3 touchdowns. 3 carries, 3 touchdowns. Runs of 4, 6, and 86. Keegan Baker, 1 carry for 29 yards, and Edgar Castillo getting in on the action there toward the end of the half. 4 runs for 19 yards. As far as passing, Noah Jones making that start at quarterback tonight. 1 for 2 with an interception and a touchdown. The touchdown was a 34-yarder to Tristan Duncan. And then Parker Wolf, 1 for 1, 50 yards. That was a touchdown pass to Garrett Wolf. We have already mentioned that, so I think we probably for the first time that I can ever remember, have 2 guys throwing their first varsity touchdowns in the same game. I can't imagine that happens very often. Certainly not any time that I can remember. But Noah Jones and Parker Wolf, each with a touchdown pass. And, of course, Garrett Wolf, 50 yards. Tristan Duncan, 34 yards, each of those touchdowns. And that's pretty close to everything I've got. Parker Wolf, 2 punt returns for 21 yards. Effingham has not punted tonight, as you might imagine, in a 43-0 game. And Jordan Elsasser, we got to mention him because he does technically have a kick return, although he just fell on a little squib kick at the very beginning of the game. So 0 return yards, but got himself a chance to fall on a kick there. And there you have it. 397-4, Effingham gained Lincoln in the first half, and they have a 43-0 lead here at halftime. And I guess that means, Greg, that we'll probably have a running clock going in the second half.
That is correct. I've had a friend point that out to me already, so I think we might get home a lot earlier than we expected tonight, and nothing wrong with that. Meanwhile, I want to mention again that the Fresh Soft squad for Effingham is not over. Their season is not finished. They were expecting to play tomorrow morning, but they were able to extend the time. The season, according to the IHSA, officially was going to be over tonight or tomorrow. Well, they've gotten the okay. They've talked it out, and they're going to play the Fresh Soft game Monday night. So, Hearts fans, because remember, that'll be at Effingham, Lincoln at Effingham for Fresh Soft football. That'll be Monday night at Klosterman Field. Now, let me, speaking of the Fresh Soft team, tell you quickly, Mount Zion beat Effingham this week 6-0, and nobody had scored until the fourth quarter. That's when Mount Zion got on the board, and Effingham lost 5 fumbles, 2 inside the 10-yard line, and that was the difference in that ball game as Mount Zion won it 6-0. A lot of heroes. John Westendorf, 15 carries for 89 yards. And Spencer Fox had 5 carries for 22 yards. Gage Gillum's been quarterbacking for the Fresh Soft most of the season. He went 3 for 7 for 27 yards. Garrett Wolf had 2 catches for 13 yards, and Colton Loy had a 14-yard grab. Charlie Ring had 3 carries for 19 yards. As far as tackles in the Fresh Soft game, Evan Weymouth had 11, and London Wrinkle had 11, and Chris Hemwall had 9. So those are pretty good numbers. And again, final score was Mount Zion 6, Effingham nothing in that Fresh Soft game back on Monday night. So, and by the way, thanks to Coach Mike McDonald, who's turned in a few score sheets through the years for giving us information on that Fresh Soft team this year.
He probably ought to know the drill by now, right?
And I sure appreciate it. So thank you, Mike. He's busy right now at halftime out here. Now, we do have a final on the national semifinal women's basketball game being played out at Hickory. And good news for the Lady Lakers, not good news for the Lady Cobras, but Caleb has all the scores. Take it away, Caleb.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. Yes, as you mentioned, congratulations to the Lady Lakers. They beat Parkland tonight, 68-47. They will either play Illinois Central or Johnston County, depending on the later game tonight. But taking a look at some area football scores, it currently sees in the second quarter Central A&M over Clinton 28-0. Robinson is leading Marshall 33-14. Tuscola is shutting out Shelbyville currently in the second quarter 14-0. At the half, it is Arthur Levington at Woodhammond over Argenta Orienta 21-0. In a close game at half, it sees KZ Westfield leading Flora by 1. KZ Westfield has 7, Flora at 6. In the Coles County Showdown, it sees Charleston leading Mattoon 27-0. Taking a look at area baseball scores today, on a game that we had on our sister station KJ, it saw St. Anthony beat Altamont in a close game 6-5. It was Diedrich picking up the win over Martinsville 10-0. North Clay gets the shutout over Wayne City 7-0, and it was Oblong over Brownstown St. Elmo 6-1. And currently in some MLB action, the Braves are currently leading the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 6th 4-2. It sees the Yankees leading the Indians 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th, and currently in the bottom of the 3rd, the Cardinals have a 1-0 lead over the Reds. And that's your scores, gentlemen.
I have an update on that, Caleb.
Yeah, the Cardinals just scored a couple more runs actually, so they're up to 3-0. I like that there is probably nobody listening besides me that cares what the Braves are doing, but that rates well enough for me to get a score. So that's thank you, Caleb.
Paul Goldsmith, big double, drove in 2, so the Cardinals in front 3-0 over the Reds. Cubs won 15-2 this afternoon. All of a sudden, they're a juggernaut. I don't know what's happened.
Well, and speaking of unexpected offensive outbursts, I mean, Jacob deGrom got 3 runs of support today, and that's like...
It's usually 2 more than he gets.
I was going to say, that's 3 games worth, so they're beating the Nationals today, so there you have it.
Oh, goodness sakes. And, yeah, the Cubs have won 4 straight now, so who can tell what might happen in that crazy division in this crazy year?
Yeah, I was going to say, all the MLB, every division is just a muddle right now. Nobody's running away with anything so far, so... be interesting to watch. I'm just glad that it's April and there's baseball games going on. This time last year wasn't
there was nothing.
Yeah, it was just I was watching them play bags on TV, you know, watching the Johnsonville Cup, whatever, you know, televised cornhole on ESPN2 at 11 o'clock at night, and that was pretty much your sports fix. So this is cornucopia compared to that.
All I could think of was, wait a minute, I can play bags.
Yeah, well, you know, it's kind of like when they have curling during the Olympics every 4 years, and you watch that, and you're like, man, this is a lot of fun. I could really get into watching this. I might even be able to do that, and then it just disappears. And that's kind of what happened with the bags tournaments once some of the quote unquote real sports started getting played again.
Just give me a broom, let me at 'em. By golly. Let's mention again that we will have our next sports broadcast on Monday afternoon. Dustin and I will be at Gilbert Park in Altamont for softball, and that should be a fun one. It'll be a battle as Dietrich's at Altamont. 4:30 game time on that one, and that'll be on KJ Country at 102.3. I'm double checking quickly as I'm talking.
That's what you said earlier anyway.
And did I sound like I was sure about that? There I am.
There's been 400 yards of total offense for Effingham since then, so you'll have to excuse me if I don't remember.
Monday's game is indeed on KJ Country at 102.3. 4:30 game time on that one, so that'll be our next sports broadcast. This is our final football game of this season, but again, we thankfully won't have to wait long since the new football season will be starting at the end of August, so away we'll go again.
Yeah, it'll be nice for kids to be able to get back into the rhythm that they're used to. You know, it's been really a couple of school years now where those kind of things have been upended, and you know, for reasons that are beyond anybody's control and reasons that, you know, kind of can't do anything about. But nonetheless, kids can't help that either, and it's been tough on them. So I think just for them to be able to get back to doing things the way they're used to, you feel for the seniors this year and last year that it hasn't gone the way that they could have ever possibly dreamed it up. But I think it also says a lot about your seniors on this Effingham football team that they have come out, and they're not just going through the motions this year. They're getting their money's worth out of the 5 games that they end up being able to play, and they have been a very enjoyable football team to watch. The only downfall of it is thinking about what they could have done with a full season and a chance to make a run in the playoffs with a really good record, and that's too bad, but man, they've been fun to watch so far.
Selfishly, I would have hated to have not seen the maturation of Nate Thompson as the quarterback, and great efforts by the receiving corps. It was wonderful to get to see Tristan Duncan play one more time after, last fall we didn't know what the future held for him, and instead he's just turned out healthy and whole. I can't get over thinking about Jacob Briggerman. Bless his heart, he's going through treatment still. Our hearts with him and our prayers. Pray for you every day, Jake. And he's probably on the sidelines, but if he isn't, pray for him every day that things will go well for him. You think about all the things that have been involved in this season. Weird, absolutely. I agree with Coach Hefner, but some memorable things, and the fact that the Hearts are the conference champs after the boys' basketball team was conference champs. They said this was job one for them, and they've gotten it done. So let's see what the second half brings. It's 43-0 Effingham. The Hearts kick off. Lincoln's coming to the near sideline and still on his feet and diving out across the 35-yard line. He is the return man, and that's Dalton Miller. And it is taken out across the 30. They will set it down right at, I want to double check, 33 or 34 here. They'll sit it right on the 33-yard line. That's where Lincoln will start the second half. 43-0 Effingham. And we should be under continuous clock from here on. So the second half, Dustin, is certainly going to skew your stats accordingly. From the shotgun, they send a man in motion. There's the handoff. And oh my goodness, what a hit. Leveled. What a blast as Jacob Logan came through there, and just about the time that Sean Raffa was looking upfield, Logan knocked him in the next week. What a hit. Again, nice and clean, nothing nasty, but my mercy, he leveled him.
Loss of 1 for Sean Raffa on the carry there.
So back to the 32-yard line, and it's 2nd and 11. That's the first play of the second half, and again, going to go fast here in this second half. And Paulus, I'd give him a shout-out, man. He's hung in there tough. There's the pass, and it's caught and dropped. It'll be called incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, just kind of one of the plays that they've been able to find a little working room for is just for Paulus to be fading away and dump it off to Merriman in the backfield there and let him run with it. And that time Merriman tried to start running before the ball was secured, drops it, incomplete pass.
Elijah Paulus is only a junior, so we'll have to worry about him this next season. So keep that in mind. That's a pretty good building block for Lincoln because kid, if nothing else, hangs tough.
Well, and this isn't even his first year playing quarterback. We remember him from last year.
You bet. So it's 3rd and 11. Let's see what happens here. They send a man in motion. Paulus from the shotgun on the run, coming to the near side, looking to throw, lets it go, and it is incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, a little too tall for the intended receiver there. That was Isaac Decker downfield, I think, that needed a ladder to catch that one. So 3 quick plays, 11 yards to go on 4th down here, and I guess Lincoln will probably be punting again.
In fairness to Paulus, he was on the run coming to the sidelines and had to throw back across his body. It's a miracle he could get that much on the throw.
I certainly couldn't make a strong throw like that on the run or set.
Jaden Lovely, yeah. Jaden Lovely's been a busy guy. Back to punt one more time, gets this one away. Not quite as deep as others, but boy, he's been efficient, and he gets it inside Effingham's 40 before it goes out of bounds. All things considered, not so bad. From their 33 to Effingham's 38, 38? Are they going to sit it, or 39?
This crew takes a really long time to set the football down.
Or 40.
Very deliberate. and yeah, that's the other thing. He usually takes it and stands behind where he's actually going to end up setting it.
So just a 27-yard punt. And the Hearts, again, with really good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 40. Down to 8:20 to go in the third quarter. And again, with a 40-point lead, things are going to go fast clockwise here at Lincoln. They get the Hearts up under center. Noah Jones, again, has done a good job. Throws out in the flats. It's caught out there. There's Holden Lewis. He's maybe going to get to the end zone. Still on his feet. They finally shove him out of bounds, but he gets inside the 30 before they shove him out of bounds. Nice little play out in the flats.
Just a screen pass to Holden Lewis, nothing fancy, but he catches it, and the Lincoln defense just not nearly speedy enough to take that corner away from him, so he gets it up the sideline. Maybe one guy he had to beat, and apparently went out of bounds a little sooner than we thought.
Yeah, 20-yard pass completion. He was shoved out of bounds at the 31. So 1st and 10 for Effingham at Lincoln's 31, and they give the handoff to the inside man. I think that's Donsbach, but let's double check. Didn't gain much, but the Hearts are just wanting to keep the ball, make sure that Lincoln can't score.
I believe you're right about Donsbach there.
So it was a little play where the snap went to Jones, and he didn't ever really move it away from his body and was trying to disguise it. And the handoff to Donsbach gains 5 to the 26, so it's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 for the Hearts at Lincoln's 26-yard line. Down to 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Again, continuous clock as the Hearts had a 43-0 lead at halftime. Up under center, Noah Jones. Again, Nate Thompson broke his hand in last week's game. And there's a handoff to Keegan Baker, and he got it inside the 25. Not enough for a first down. And we'll see what happens here. They'll mark it at the 24-yard line, Dustin, so a gain of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and about 4. 3rd and 4, maybe even closer to 3rd and 3. But again, the Hearts are just wanting to keep the football, let the clock run, get out of here with a win.
Yeah, a lot of runs, maybe a short pass here or there, just to get a couple guys the last touch of the season. But, yeah, just don't fumble and let the clock run out and get your win.
Elsazer's out here to the near side. Split, they give it up the middle to Keegan Baker, and he has the first down. Got it inside the 20. And a new set of downs here for the Hearts. The gain to the 19. And that's a gain of 5, and that's plenty enough for a first down. So the Hearts will extend this drive, which sees the clock now down to 5.5 left in the third quarter. In tough year for Lincoln, they haven't won. Hearts haven't lost. So you kind of knew what to expect even without Nate Thompson. Again, Coach came up on the postgame show last week. Some of you will remember and talked about how everybody was banged up, or so many kids were, and that included Nate Thompson, and he thought he'd broken his hand, and it turns out that was right. So Noah Jones is playing quarterback tonight. Here's a handoff to Keegan Baker. Look at him spin like a piñata, and he got down near the 15-yard line. Heck of a run.
Yeah, I think he spun all the way around, maybe about 540 degrees by the time it was all said and done. But got another pretty sizable gain up to the 15.
19 to the 15. That'll make it 2nd and 6 on the 4-yard gain. Under 5 minutes in the third quarter. Hearts again won 3 and then didn't get to play Taylorville because Taylorville dealt with COVID, and that's a shame, and your hearts go out to those kids at Taylorville because of having to deal with that. They lost 2 games because they also didn't get to play Mount Zion. So we'll see what happens. Elsazer's split out wide to the far side here, and Effingham, another man down here to the near side, and instead they run it up the gut to Keegan Baker, and he might have got a yard. We'll see.
Evan Weymouth checked in, and he was in the blocking back position there, was able to help create a little bit of space for Keegan as he crossed the line, picked up maybe 2 yards on the play.
13-yard line, 3rd down and 3.
They'll call it the 13, so that is a gain of 2. So it's 3rd down now and 3 to go. By the way, that's Garrett Wolf that's out here split on the near side in this set. Elsazer was on the far side of the field, split out as the receiver over there. And they had Garrett Wolf down here. Now they've got Garrett out on the far side of the field.
Sides.
Yeah, the two receivers just shook it up, and they run it, and Keegan Baker got away from one defender, and he's got it inside the 10. Yep. That should be enough for another first down.
Good spin move, and then got thrown to the ground by Lincoln's Scotty Batten, and they gave each other a nice pat as Keegan got on his feet and walked past. It was a good, solid hit, but a really nice run from Baker.
Keegan, one of the guys that will be back next year to entertain us. Colton Frawley, by the way, was split out here to the near side for Effingham, too. Number 13 was in the game there for a minute. He's out now, and the Hearts bring Jones back in with the play here. Ball is at the 8, Dustin. So I'm sorry, a gain of 5 there from the 13 to the 8. First and goal for Effingham at Lincoln's 8-yard line. Jones with the snap. They give it to Baker. He's loose, and he's going to score a touchdown. Keegan Baker, touchdown Effingham. Score comes with 2:47 left in the third quarter, Dustin, by the way, with the continuous clock. 2:47 left in the third. Keegan Baker takes it in from 8 yards out. And do we have a penalty?
I think we might. There may have been a hold on the edge there. So
forget that touchdown I was talking about.
I saw a Lincoln player lobbying for the call, and I kind of saw the play where they might have called it, but I didn't see a flag come in. Now they're going to walk it back to the 15-yard line. So apparently Baker ran it to the 5, and then they'll walk it back 10 from there.
So you can give him 3 on the play, and then the 10-yard hold. So the Hearts are back to the 15, so it's first and goal at the 15 now. And the handoff to the near side, Baker, and boy, a nice solo tackle by Lincoln. They came up big time and took Baker down for a loss. Give credit to Brody Whiteman for a nice tackle for Lincoln, and that'll send Baker back to the 17, so a 2-yard loss. So it's second and goal at the 17.
Not moving in the right direction, but the clock is still moving in the right direction, of course. Keegan Baker, though, really wants to – he thought he had a touchdown. He wants to get back in there.
Jones up under center. Hand off Baker. Lincoln's, of course, keying on him now, and down he goes, maybe about the 18-yard line. So he might have lost another yard.
Yeah, they certainly aren't getting caught off guard by anything Effingham's doing right now. Pretty straightforward, so another loss of a yard on the play for Keegan.
To the 18-yard line. So it's third and goal at the 18. Sounds a little weird, but hey, so's this whole year, right? Under a minute to go in the third quarter. We're going to get home early. I am not complaining. Noah Jones has done a good job at quarterback tonight for the Hearts. He settles under, and there's the handoff, and they give it away this time to a new man in the camp here for Effingham, as John Westendorf carried the football for the Hearts.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I looked at the wrong number. 34 instead of 33, Westendorf.
John Westendorf gains from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3 for John Westendorf, and what I think's his first carry as a varsity player, and that should have been the last play of the red-hot third quarter. Continuous clock. Things go fast when you keep it on the ground. And they're in 3, 2, 1, and the Hearts do get a play away right before the end of the third quarter. Westendorf, great blocking, and he gets it inside the 10. Nice run by John Westendorf, and a good gain to the 8. So from the 15 to the 8, Dustin. Gain of 7 for John Westendorf, and that is the final play of the third quarter. Under continuous clock after 3 here at Lincoln. It's Effingham 43, Lincoln nothing on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
ProLube of Effingham is more than just your favorite oil change shop. We sell and install all major brands of tires. Check engine light on? We also perform diagnostic and repair work. Call or stop by today for a free quote at ProLube of Effingham.
Trinity Womack, Emma Kessler, Effingham's female member of the football squad, in for this play as Coach Hefner trying to get some kids that don't normally get some time. It's first down for Lincoln, And it's at their own 7-yard line as they got the ball on downs in the first play of the fourth quarter. And the quarterback just kept that time. Gain out to the 10. So that'll make it 2nd and 7. 43-0 Effingham. Get some more defenders out there for you. Get some names on the radio. London Wrinkle is out there. We talked about him in the Fresh Soft game on Monday night. Paulus from the gun sends a man in motion. There's the pitch play. It is successful, and they turn it upfield, and Effingham stops it at about the 15-yard line. I think that Lincoln still has their starters in there. And I'll tell you what, we'll check on tackles on the postgame show. Appreciate all the effort that Mike gives us all through the season. Mike Shackelford's done a great job keeping us up to date on tackles. Gain is to the 14, Dustin, so it's 3rd and 3. And the pitch play I didn't say was to Decker. I'm sorry. Now they're going to throw. Coming out here, and the Hearts may pick this. Oh, no, it's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown. Pass is complete. And going the distance to the goal line and into the end zone is Lincoln's number 3, Scotty Batten. He's worked hard on offense and defense for the Railers tonight, and he scores the touchdown, 86 yards. And Scotty Batten takes it to the house, and Lincoln's on the scoreboard. That comes with 10:24 left to make it 43-6. And that doesn't change the continuous clock. Once you get to 40, it's continuous clock, regardless of whether Lincoln scores 42 points here in the fourth quarter.
They do stop it for the extra point here anyway, but once the kickoff starts, then they will get it moving again. So it's momentarily stopped at 10:24.
D7, this is Angel Harrow that's going to try the extra point here for Lincoln. Placement, kick, boy, he blasted that bad boy, and it's no good. Man, he's got plenty of leg, but it was no good. So, 10:24 left in this one. Lincoln's on the board. It's Effingham 43, Lincoln 6. Kickoff in a minute on 97.9 XFM.
Local, secure, enduring, and more convenient than ever. Washington Savings Bank is located in Effingham, Mattoon, and anywhere you are with their 24/7 virtual branch. Enjoy the conveniences of banking with all the services offered at Washington Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
So an 86-yard touchdown pass from Paulus completed to Scotty Batten. Kick was no good, but Lincoln's on the board with 10:24 remaining. It's Effingham 43, Lincoln 6.
Yeah, 3-play, 93-yard drive, Greg.
Thank you.
Minute 36 was what that one took, so Lincoln does get on the board. But like you said, even though the score is within less than 40 again, once this kickoff happens, the clock will start running again as Keegan Baker takes one at the 10-yard line.
Goes to the middle of the field, turns it up, and lost his footing, gets out across the 25-yard line, or right at it. That's where Effingham will start this drive with 10:10 remaining in the season.
Probably literally 10 minutes and 10 seconds. If Effingham can get a few first downs and methodically run the ball down the field, although if they score, again, it would stop the clock. But one way or another, you get what I mean. We're winding right down.
You bet. We'll do our best to keep you up to date about who's in, who's out. Westendorf's in the backfield again for Effingham. Noah Jones stays at quarterback. And Garrett Wolf out here split to the near side for Effingham. And I'm pretty sure they're just going to keep it on the ground. Here's the handoff. Westendorf up the middle, and he's out across the 25 to about the 27 yard. Let's see where they set it down. I must have been too optimistic. It was only to the 25, no gain. So it's 2nd and 10. And we're down to 9:14 to go.
Effingham has got a lot of new guys in the game. Lincoln Not as much depth, I would imagine, on their roster. Probably a lot of their starting defense still out there on the field.
Noah Jones has gone the distance at quarterback for the Hearts tonight. Handoff up the middle. There's Keegan Baker coming to the near side, and he got near the 30 before they take him down. So a little bit of gain there. Keegan Baker from the 25 to the 29, a gain of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and 6.
Keegan up to 51 yards on his 10th carry of the night. Remember, Chase Woomer is at 169 with 12 carries, and he has not played here in the second half.
Hearts there for a moment had Isaiah Neal into the game. He checks out now. Try to get you as many names as we can. They get up under center. Here's the handoff coming up the near side. There's Baker again, and he's out near the 35, near the first down. So it'll be 4th and about a yard to go, the gain to the 34. So a gain of 5. And it'll be 4th down and a yard. Hearts, I'm sure, will keep it going. I mean, they're ahead 43-6, and they're wanting to keep the ball. So
I don't know. Noah Jones ran off the field, so he may. I don't know.
Got Isaiah Neal out there again. Hearts also send in
seems to be a lot
Miles Maxiden. Just trying to get some kids some names. Now the A-team's out there, so I think they're going to call time here in a second. No, they don't call time, but I guess they're not worried about losing the 5 yards.
Coach Hefner will call a timeout there.
So,
yeah, they call a delay game penalty there, so it does walk it back to the 29-yard line.
But he's got the A-team back out here on offense. So let's see what the Hearts do here. Jacob Logan's in at a backfield spot. And then...
But now Noah Jones is back out there in punt formation.
And that is Noah Jones indeed, and he is going to punt. And he gets it away, and it's a good punt. Hammers it out to about the 40, and down goes the return man. One-hand tackle by Parker Wolf as the ball is grabbed. And I know that Parker's a bull rider, but he looked like he was bulldogging a steer right there. And he took the guy down with a one-handed tackle. That was impressive.
Well, that's the first time Noah Jones has punted all year, and he punted that thing to the 41-yard line, and that was a good one.
So 1st and 10 for Lincoln at their 41. Clock down to 6:10 to go. Here's a pass play, and it's over the head of the intended receiver. Incomplete. It will not stop the clock. That's the one thing I always have to check myself on. Incomplete pass does not stop the clock when it's a continuous clock. Scotty Batten, who got the touchdown reception earlier, was the intended receiver, but it goes incomplete, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Lincoln with the ball at their own 41-yard line. They got a score, so it's 43-6. Clock continues to run here. Down to 5.5 to go. We'll talk with Coach Hefner on the postgame show. Paulus, a pass intercepted. Grabbed by the Hearts. It's picked over there by London Wrinkle. So a nice interception for Effingham. London Wrinkle, number 25. Again, we had talked about him in the stats at the Frost Soft game Monday night, and he gets a pick on the varsity level. So London Wrinkle with the interception, and the Hearts get the football back, 1st and 10 at Lincoln's 45-yard line, and we're down to 5 minutes to go on this one. Yeah, Dustin stats, scores from Caleb, and I'll recap the scoring, of which there's been a lot, and again, a visit with Coach Hefner. All that coming up on the postgame show. 4:50 left in this one. Noah Jones up under center for the Hearts. They eventually set the ball at the 45. Here's a handoff, Keegan Baker, and he's loose, and he gets near the 35-yard line. Good gain on 1st down. So they called it the 45-yard line is where this drive started. And a gain to the 37, so a gain of 8, and it's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2 here at the 37-yard line. Noah Jones to the sidelines to get the play from Coach F. And now he's back out to talk to his comrades. And see what happens here. I'm pretty sure it'll be a running play. There's the snap. Ball got loose. Jones picked it right back up and dives forward and might have the first down.
Yeah, he just wanted an excuse to carry the ball.
That went through my mind when that happened. So
he just said, oops.
So Noah Jones had the ball fall at his feet. He picked it up and got the first down. A gain to the 33. A gain of, about 4. And a new set of downs for the Hearts.
That's how the play went down in my head, no matter what actually happened out there. My headcanon here is that Noah Jones said, oh no, I have dropped the football and now I must run it.
And he was highly successful as he got one more first down. Here's the handoff. Westendorf, big gain up the gut. Man, he's driving and diving. Gets it to the 25-yard line. So they're going to be about a yard or two shy, easy for me to say. From the 33 to the 25, a gain of 8. And it'll be 2nd and 2. Meanwhile, the continuous clock down to 3 minutes left in the season. Hearts send Westendorf off. Also in there for Effingham was Evan Weymouth. So another Weymouth heard from tonight. Meanwhile, Garrett Wolf comes out here to the near side for Effingham. Although I'm pretty sure we're not going to see a pass. There's the snap. Here's the handoff. Baker up the gut. Keegan gets the first down to the 20. So one more first down for Effingham. That comes with 2:28 to go in the game. Let me mention some linemen while I get a chance. The unsung heroes. Kane Harmon is in there on the line for Effingham. Also in there for Effingham is Riley Crane. And I'm trying like the Dickens to get kids in. Kobe Coburn is in there for Effingham. So all kinds of people starring for Effingham here late in the game. And I haven't mentioned Cohen Woods. He takes up a lot of space, Big Cohen. And he's out there working hard for the Hearts. He'll be back along with a lot of these guys next year. Jones has it first down at the 20. Here's the handoff. Keegan Baker one more time. He is loose and he's to the 10 and very close to another first down. So Keegan Baker from the 20 takes it to the 10, and that's enough for one more first down. Down to a minute and a half to go. Again, stick with us on the post-game show. We'll visit with Coach Heff and give you all the stats and all the scores. Thanks again to Neil Alexander and all the folks here at Lincoln for their hospitality. Lovely new press box here. And that's nice to see. I can think of one more place now where I'd like to see a nice new press box.
That place that shall not be mentioned.
That's right. It's in Macon County, though. Minute to go.
Played them last week.
Yeah. But I'm not going to mention the name.
Nope.
And it's time for victory formation. There's the snap, and Noah Jones takes a knee, and that'll be a loss of a yard.
He's giving back some of those yards that he gained on that play. It's like, Coach, bring in a different quarterback to Neil, please.
Down to 38 seconds. And he kneels down one more time, and that should be the show. 33 seconds on the play clock, 33 seconds on the game clock, 40 seconds on the play clock. So no more plays this season. Effingham comes to Lincoln, right here in the heart of Logan County, and gets the win. Final score, Effingham goes undefeated on the season. They are a winner. Effingham 43, Lincoln 6. Dustin stats, scores from Caleb. I'll recap the scoring and a visit with Coach Hefner on this weird season that turned out to be an undefeated season for the Effingham Hearts. All that on the way in 90 seconds on 97.9 XFM.
Evergreen Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce their new outpatient therapy. Evergreen now offers physical, occupational, and speech therapies for their patients. If you need therapy, don't worry. Evergreen's outpatient therapy can help you too. Give Evergreen a call today for a tour.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
And a lot of other
exciting things happen along the course of this season. We'll talk with Coach Brett Hefner on the post-game show about some of those highlights. Coach gathers them all up, especially his seniors, all huddle up around him, as this was, of course, their last opportunity to put on the red and white forest green of Effingham High School. So I'm sure Brett has some special words for all these seniors, 20-some seniors this year, and how exciting that they got a season, that we didn't know whether they were going to get to play football or not. It turns out, yes, they did, and they made the most of it again, going undefeated in the season. We will mention, with that said, that the Hearts will be back playing football.
The hope is that everything's going to be back to normal and we'll have a regular football season on the regular time of year, and that would mean Dustin and I will be back a week or so before Labor Day with the 2021 high school football season, and nobody's looking forward to that more than us. Let's recap the scoring. Effingham scored first with 6:54 to go in the first quarter, staging a 5-play, 62-yard drive that took 2:09 off the clock, highlighted by Trevor Donsbach's 4-yard touchdown run. And after the kick good by Bo Hefner, Effingham had a 7-0 lead. 5 plays, 62 yards, 2:09 off the clock, and again Trevor Donsbach with a 4-yard touchdown run. Effingham scored again about a minute and a half later with 5:20 to go in the opening quarter. A 2-play 35-yard drive took 13 seconds off the clock, and Trevor Donsbach scored from 6 yards out on the run. The kick by Hefner again was good, and the Hearts were up 14-0. Then Effingham scored with 4:18 to go in the first quarter on a safety. Lincoln had a problem where the running back and the quarterback made contact, and by the time the quarterback could get his feet set, he was in the end zone, and the Hearts tackled him back there, and that's a safety. So that made it 16-0 Effingham. That came with 4:18 to go in the first quarter. And then after that, Lincoln, of course, has to kick off to Effingham, and the Hearts got the ball at midfield. And on the first play from scrimmage, Parker Wolf stepped in at quarterback for Effingham, and he completed a 50-yard touchdown pass to little brother Garrett Wolf. The kick by Hefner was good, and the Hearts on that 9-second drive had extended the lead to 23-0, and still with 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Effingham then scored 3 more times in the second quarter. First, with just the first play into the second quarter, came with 11:35 left in the period, and that was from the 14-yard line. And Trevor Donsbach busted loose and ran 86 yards for a touchdown. That time the kick was unsuccessful, but the Hearts staged a 14-second touchdown drive, and they had a lead of 29-0. Effingham scored again with 8:43 to go in the second quarter as they staged a 2-play 43-yard drive. That took all of 50 seconds, and that was a pretty pass play from Noah Jones to Tristan Duncan. Nice to see Tristan catch one more touchdown pass before he leaves us. 34-yard touchdown pass completion. Hefner's kick again was good. That a 2-play 43-yard drive, 52nd drive, I should say. And Effingham was up by a count of 36-0. Again, that with 8:43 to go in the second quarter. And the Hearts scored one more time to guarantee the continuous clock. That score came with 3:35 to go in the second quarter, and that was at the end of a pretty traditional drive. 7 plays, 62 yards. It took 2:39 off the clock, and that's about how long the Hearts touchdown drives took this season. And that was highlighted by Chase Woomer's 1-yard touchdown run. Hefner one more extra point was good, and the Hearts had a 43-0 lead. Now, the Hearts then operated under a continuous clock for the second half. Lincoln was able to score, and Dustin, help me out if you have a second. That came in the fourth quarter with, how much time did we decide?
Oh, man, put me on the spot. 10:24.
Thank
10:24.
You. And that was on an 86-yard pass play.
Yes. To Scotty Batten.
To Scotty Batten. Thank you. From Mr. Paulus, and that was Lincoln's one time on the scoreboard tonight. Their kick was no good, and that made it 43-6. Out of 3 play, 93-yard drive that took a minute 36 off the clock. And again, that 43-6 score, the final score in our game tonight. So that's a recap on the scoring in this one. Again, Coach Hefner will join us up in the booth here for the post-game visit. In addition, Dustin's working on lots of stats. Caleb has lots of scores. CJ's bringing 814 pieces of equipment down here to videotape the post-game show. I hope we have enough electricity to handle all of the stuff he's brought down here. But again, 43-6, the Hearts a winner. Dustin's still working on the numbers. I do want to mention that earlier today, in a game we had for you on baseball side of things on KJ Country, St. Anthony beat Altamont 6-5. And again, a shout out to the Lakeland Lady Lakers as they defeated Parkland College and the Lady Cobras tonight out in the Carolinas. And that means Lakeland is going to play for the National Junior College Athletic Association National Championship. So best of success to Dave Johnson and the Lady Lakers as they have that opportunity to shine playing for the National Championship. Dustin looks like he has numbers to share. Mr. White?
I do. Effingham ended up gaining 501 yards in this game. Of course, 397 of that came in the first half, but the Hearts outgained Lincoln 501-96. Hearts ran 45 plays from scrimmage, Lincoln 33 plays, and again nearly a 405-yard difference in the total offense between those two teams. Effingham 22 first downs in this game tonight, 19 on the ground, 3 through the air. Lincoln just 2 first downs, a couple of passing plays for their first downs, and both of those came in the first half. They did not move the chains in the second half. Hearts ran the ball 41 times tonight, 388 yards. It's a 9.5-yard average. That's pretty healthy. That'll play. 4 touchdowns came on the ground for Lincoln. 18 running plays, 25 yards lost. That's a loss of 1.4 yards per attempt. Hearts only passed the ball 4 times tonight, completed 3 of them. The other one was intercepted. All that worked out to 113 yards gained and 2 more touchdowns. Lincoln 15 pass plays tonight, 6 of them successful, 1 of them intercepted. 121 passing yards for the Rail Splitters tonight, and their only touchdown, of course, came through the air. As far as turnovers go, each team turned it over once on interceptions. Effingham also put the ball on the ground one time, but was able to recover that. Penalties, Hearts 4 for 30 yards. Lincoln was penalized just one time. Again, it was a 5-yard penalty, but it was half the distance from the 2-yard line, so 1 penalty, 1 yard for the Railers this evening. I think that's pretty much it for my team stats. Let me shift gears over to some individual numbers. I'll start with Lincoln. Jared Merriman, 4 carries for 3 yards tonight, and he was the high man in the Lincoln running game. Isaac Decker, 5 carries. He lost 5 yards. Sean Raffa, 4 carries. Zeroed out. He had a gain of a yard. He lost a yard, had 2 no gains. That all works out to 0 yards on 4 carries. And Elijah Paulus, 5 rushing attempts, 23 yards lost as he was sacked 4 times tonight. As far as Paulus's passing game goes, he was 6 of 15 with a touchdown and an interception, 121 yards. That touchdown was an 86-yarder to Scotty Batten. Batten's only catch of the game, but he was one of 4 Lincoln receivers to catch a pass tonight. Jared Merriman had 2 of those receptions for 25 yards. Rafa, he got zeroed out on the running game on 4 attempts. He got zeroed out on the passing game as he had a 2-yard reception and a negative 2-yard reception. And then Isaac Decker also caught a pass good for 10 yards. Lincoln's Rafa also had the interception and an 18-yard return on the end of that play. And Jaden Ledley, the very frequently used punter tonight for the home team, he punted the ball 6 times for a 34-yard average. Did a pretty good job, and really he had 1 clunker in there, but other than that, man, 33, 49, 37, 41, 28, pretty good job punting the ball tonight, so shout out to him. Taking a look at what Effingham's got going on individually. Lots of different guys ran the football tonight. Keegan Baker had the most total carries, 14 carries, 79 yards. Chase Wimmer, all in the first half, had 12 carries for 169 yards, including a touchdown on his last touch of the night. That was a 1-yard punch-in. Trevor Donsbach, 4 carries for 101 yards tonight and 3 scores. He had a 4-yard touchdown run, a 6-yard touchdown run, and an 86-yarder. Those were his first 3 carries of the game. He found the end zone on every last one of them. Edgar Castillo and John Westendorf matching 4-carry, 19-yard nights. And Noah Jones, the Effingham quarterback, he gained a yard on 3 attempts. He had a 3-yard run and then had to kneel a couple times at the end. But for the sake of having perfectly accurate stats, he lost a couple yards on each of those kneel downs in the victory formation and comes down to 1 yard on his 3 attempts. That was the Effingham quarterback, Noah Jones. He passed 3 times tonight, completed 2 of them, was intercepted the other time. Total of 63 yards. Parker Wolf, he got a pass attempt in tonight. He completed it, a 50-yard touchdown pass to his brother Garrett. That was Garrett's only reception of the night, so the Wolf-Wolf connection good for 50 yards and a score. Noah Jones, his touchdown was a 34-yarder to Tristan Duncan. So, we've gotten to say it every time that Tristan catches a pass, scores a touchdown, anything else, he's adding to records that he already owns, and he got a chance to get into just make his personal receiving records at Effingham High School a little tougher for someone to catch down the road. I have a hard time imagining anyone catching that, but who knows. So anyway, a 34-yard touchdown catch for Tristan Duncan in his last game of his career, and Holden Lewis got a reception there toward the end, 1 catch for 29 yards. Looking at just the last few numbers here before we finish up with the stats. Noah Jones got a punt in tonight. Pretty sure the first time he's punted this year. 30-yard kick for him. Parker Wolf, 2 punt returns for 21 yards. Keegan Baker, a 15-yard kick return. And London Wrinkle, let's not forget him. He had an interception tonight. So there you go. Individual stats done. Team stats done. Interview with the coach not done, but it will be shortly because Coach Hefner's made his way up here. I'll turn over the headset and let Greg get to his thing.
Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it. Yeah, Hearts coach Brett Hefner joins us here on the post-game show as Effingham a winner tonight over Lincoln, 43-6. And first of all, Brett, congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks. It's bittersweet. Bittersweet, tough one to end on, tough one to see this group go. I mean, just they got the raw end of the deal. They got the raw end of the deal starting in last March. They got the raw end of it, and from that through the fall, through the early winter, and you feel for them.
Yeah.
You feel for them for what they've had taken away. You can say they've had, and they have. They had a chance to play, but it's still it's tough. It's tough because you'd like to see where they could have ended up.
Sure.
It was a frustrating part of it. And just being around them and knowing what they've been through. But happy that they did get the opportunity to get together. And we had a successful winter season. Had a successful, I don't know what you call this, spring, fall. I don't know what you call it. And then get into the traditional. The traditional sports and hope it continues. It's a special group of kids. It really is.
Yeah, I know you took a moment to talk to just your seniors there after the game ended, because to be able to perform physically, that's a good thing, and they gave it their all. But the changes in attitude and the uncertainty and all of those things, and the thought that, hey, we may not even get to have a senior season, and then to go undefeated and win the conference championship, that says a lot about this bunch of guys.
Yeah, and they're dealing they're dealing with other things. I mean, we were without Nate tonight. We're without Trevin tonight, and we're without big number 84, who's at home battling bone cancer. And that's that group is such a tight-knit group, and I know they were thinking of all those guys tonight. They were happy that Trevin was here. They were happy to see Nate up here, and I know that they were thinking and worried about Jacob. And so it's all your groups. You love all your groups, and I've been fortunate. We've had a lot of really good groups go through. For me personally, I've got a little bit more attachment to this because I've got a son in the group, so I'm a little bit closer to those kids. Not closer, but known them a little bit more and who they were and things like that. So it's a group that, and I told them that 6 years ago they didn't know any of us from anyone, and they took him in, told me a lot about those kids, and those guys have been part of a lot of wins. I know that their freshman year they didn't, the number of them dressed, they weren't part of that, but in their time in high school, I think somebody told them, said something like we're 33-7, 34-7, and that's with only half a year this year. With 3 of those 7 losses being a second round playoff, a quarterfinal, and a semifinal game. So they've been part of a lot of wins and a lot of big moments. And the thing that I was happy tonight, is that people that won't fully understand this, but from the coaching end of it, you have such a big game last week, and you come into this game, and you don't want to walk out of this game with a win and not fully feeling like, okay, we played the way we could play. And but I thought they did. I thought our kids did a nice job of handling that this week, which again gets back to them and their leadership and how and how they wanted to be remembered and how they wanted to go out.
A little bit about the game. We had a Thompson to Thompson touchdown. Now we had a Wolf to Wolf touchdown tonight.
It was important. We tried early. I wanted to get one to Holden. Holden has done so much, and it goes unnoticed because of Tristan, because of other guys. And Holden goes in there and he does the dirty work, does the blocking, and does all those things. And I wanted the first time down there, we were trying to get him one, and it just didn't happen. And I wanted to try. I was able to get.
Chase got one.
Yeah, a few years back we got Landon through one to Grant. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I'll be darned. I hadn't thought about that. That is right.
Landon threw it to Grant. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know if we ever got Landon to Parker or not. I don't know. I can't remember back if we did, how much offense, if any, Parker was playing when Landon was playing. But tonight I knew. And we've had that trick play, and we've had it in every year. And I thought, well, let's just slip Garrett in there and see if we can get it. And luckily it worked out. And I was joking with Parker and said, hey, to do this, do we have to set it into the wind, or can you throw it with the wind? How we got to set this? And, but no, I was happy for them. And then start the second half. And I talked to Holden. And there's those unwritten rules that when you're up like that, you don't throw the ball. I thought, well, we'll just throw a short pass, and then he almost broke it. And I thought, but I was happy that we were able to get it because he deserved it, and we were trying to get him one early. And so things like that, when you get into it, you don't feel like there's any good way to handle it. It's just like same way to start the second half. How are you going to start it? Starting defense, you get 3 plays, get the first 3 plays, and then we'll go from there. So, but offensive line. Continue to play well again, and you saw tonight we got 4 running. I mean, we got 4 running back, 4 tailbacks. We got 3 fullbacks. We got plenty of backs, so it's tough getting all those carries and to everybody. And now we lose 2 pretty good ones, but we got 2 pretty good ones coming back.
Absolutely, Keegan Baker ran hard tonight, and Edgar Castillo had the opportunity to carry some tonight, and there's a lot to like.
Yeah, there is, and the challenge now is normally, okay, when you're done, you go, okay, you got 8 months or whatever to get rolling. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
It's a quick turnaround. You got a number, and it's tough because you got a number of guys that are going full steam into baseball, now going to go full steam into track, and it's going to condense the off season and stuff like that, and we lose a lot of guys. So this becomes an important time for us. But yeah, happy for the kids. Happy, wish they would have gotten more games, but I don't think there's any doubt how good they were when they got the opportunity to play.
I was sitting in Brett Hefner's office a couple of months ago, and he said, "Weird." Greg, weird. That's the word that comes to mind. Weird.
Would you disagree with me?
No, not in the least. Especially when you consider everything that's happened with people being absent, and we got COVIDed out of a game, and all the different things.
Yeah. We got a quarterback that plays 3 quarters with a broken hand to win you a conference championship, and just weird.
Weird. But I tell you, a lot to be proud of, and I want to congratulate you and your coaching staff, because somebody has to lead the kids through that adversity. And for you and the rest of the coaches, congratulations on a heck of a job.
Well, I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I've got some really good guys on staff. And we've got, I think we're in a unique situation. We've got the head track coach, we've got the head baseball coach, we've got the head basketball coach, we've got all those guys. So we're all touching the same kids, so I think, and saying the same message, so I think that's important. But the kids do deserve most of the credit. We were talking about it after the game when some of those big tough guys you have in tears. I'm like, well, what everybody I was talking with today, and found every once in a while you come across some stuff that's pretty good, and football wise and athletics wise, you get a lot of talk now about the process of getting to where you want to get to, and it talks about people being more interested in the outcome. They want to be part of the outcome, but they don't necessarily want to be part of the process. And we've been very fortunate that all of our guys want to be part of the process, and those guys hurt because for 4 years they haven't missed anything, and nobody sees the parents see it, but nobody sees the 6 a.m. workouts for 5 months during the school year, all the stuff in the summer, all the hours, all the time that's put into it. All they do, most people just show up and see the game. They don't see what goes into it, and those kids hurt because they've invested so much into it, and now for it to be over and for it to be taken away without the opportunity to continue to play your way out of it. And for 4 years it's all they've known. That's the routine that they've known, and so they hurt because it's over, and they know that's the last time that they're going to do it. And that's why we all hurt, because over time you build those relationships and you spend so much time together. That's like they're standing out there. I said, hey, let's hurry up and get the stuff and get out of here. We got a 2-hour drive home. Well, you can't get them off the field. They're standing there hugging and talking, which you love, but it shows you how much they care about each other and what it means to them.
Without a doubt. Thank you, Brett.
Greg, appreciate it.
Great working with you as always.
Yeah, I'll give you a couple months off and you'll see.
And then we're back at it. You bet. You bet. That's Effingham Hearts varsity football coach Brett Hefner. His team went undefeated this season, Apollo Conference champions, and they win tonight at Lincoln 43-6. All right, I haven't done the tackle sheet yet. Mike Shackelford will never forgive me if I don't get these tackle numbers on that he was nice enough to keep and send them to us. We sure appreciate that. Thanks to Mike and anybody who helps him along the way. As far as who got what as far as tackles tonight, we didn't talk a lot about him tonight, which is rare because almost always we do. But shout out to Jacob Stoneburner, had 8 tackles tonight. And we mentioned early on that there was an opportunity for Weymouth to come on strong, and he had 3 stops tonight, including 2 sacks, something like that, or tackles for losses anyway. Alex Boffman had 4 stops tonight. Zach Slifer, big night, had a tackle, but he had 2 sacks tonight, so good for Zach. And there's a great photo that Wayne took. I can't claim any credit for it. Wayne took a great picture on the field last week after the game of Tristan Duncan, Zach Slifer, and Jacob Stoneburner, and that's up on the website. It is a killer photo, so be sure to take a look at that if you haven't already. Max Nelson had 2 stops. Good job by him tonight, stepping in. Gabe Keeney had 3 tackles, and he's the man that got the safety. And 2 sacks tonight, so big night for him. Also, let's see. Well, I mentioned Weymouth had the 2 stops. Kalen Reardon had 3 tackles tonight. Jacob Logan had 2, and I'm telling you, the one hit, that was... I'm glad he leveled a kid. It was some hit. Now, all clean all the way, but my goodness, what a hit. Gunnar Franklin had a tackle, played a really good ball game tonight. Sean Cochran had a tackle for a 6-yard loss. Who else am I needing to talk about? Dalton Fox got a stop. I'm not sure I mentioned Dalton before that, so I'm glad I got a chance to mention him there. Edgar Castillo had a tackle. Parker Wolf had a tackle, along with his touchdown pass. And Logan Heil had a tackle. So those are the kids who got the stops tonight. Again, thanks to Mike Shackelford all this year for getting us that information. Now, Caleb, send it back to you. What do you have for us in the way of scores, sir?
All right, thank you very much, Greg. Currently into the fourth quarter there at the Coles County Clash, it sees Charleston leading Mattoon 27-7. Also into the fourth, it is Cumberland over Cerro Gordo 28-6. And an update just a little bit ago saw Warrensburg Latham over Sullivan tonight 34-12. Taking a look at baseball today, it was St. Anthony over Altamont on a game heard on our sister station KJ as St. Anthony beat Altamont 6-5. It was Diedrich over Martinsville 10-0. North Clay shut out Wayne City 7-0. It was Auburn picking up the win over Brownstown St. Elmo 6-1. And St. Joseph Ogden picks up the win over Teetopolis 10-7. In girls softball action, South Central picks up the win over Flora 7-5. And in junior high 8th grade girls basketball, it was Teetopolis victorious over Vandalia 31-18. And they also picked up the win in 7th grade action as well, 34-6. And congratulations to the Lakeland Lakers as they won the girls basketball tournament there in the Carolinas today, the NJCAA, as Lakeland once again picks up the win over Parkland with a score of 68-47, and Lakeland will either play Illinois Central or Johnston County tomorrow night for the championship. And that is a big feat because this is the first time in Lakeland's program history that they are going to the championship. And that's your scores, gentlemen.
Good. Thanks, Caleb. Yeah, congratulations to Dave Johnson and everybody with the Lakeland program, and Abby Weiss, and, I'm going to start naming names and forget people. Folks from Altamont, folks from T-Town on that team as well. Congratulations to them. And, again, they're playing for the national championship tomorrow night. That's pretty exciting stuff. So, again, the final score here again, Effingham 43, Lincoln 6. There's a world of people I can thank, and a world of people deserve being thanked, but I'm not going to because these guys need to go home, and they're some of the people I want to thank. So thanks to all our sponsors. Time and again, even in COVID times, tough economic times, they all stepped up to the plate and said, hey, we want to sponsor high school football, high school basketball, high school spring sports. So thanks to them for doing that and making it possible for us to broadcast. We couldn't do it without them. Thanks to Dave and Tanya for making the commitment, as I always say, to support local activities, local news, local sports, things like that make our stations distinct from the rest. And thanks to them for that. Thanks to Teresa, Millie, everybody, all the salespeople who go out and sell it when the weather's lousy and when it is okay, and everything in between. Thanks to everybody who has any part to play at the station with getting our product on the air. And thanks to Matt Robinson, who worked this afternoon to get a baseball game on the radio and all through the basketball season with me, to Mike Wilson for all his help, and then to Wayne for all the work he does. He's just such a great guy to see a picture and know how to put it on the website, and works hard, folks, even when he's home. And Wayne's not a full-time employee, although he works like he works full-time. So thanks to him for that as well. And to these two guys here, thanks, CJ. You do a wonderful job of getting the turnaround time is minimal as far as getting this stuff up on social media, and thanks so much for doing that. And I know a lot of moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas love to get a copy of the games, like if we have to go to Lincoln and they can't come, and so all of that. Thanks to all the coaches, all the secretaries, all the ADs. ADs, I tell you, I've been saying it for months. Pray for your AD because you don't know what they've been going through to get things scheduled and get games on, and sometimes they have to schedule it 4 times before we could finally get it played, so thanks to them. And Dustin White, who's my favorite sidekick in high school football, you do a wonderful job, buddy. Your stats are second to none. I love working with you. People put up with a lot when they work with me, and I appreciate it.
No comment there.
I appreciate it more than they know. So, Dustin, thanks. I know it takes you away from Danielle and the kids, and thank you for being a part of it.
It's a lot of fun. I think this might be my 10th year. I think I'd have to go back and look, but we're somewhere in that neighborhood, and it's a treat to be involved with it. Have a lot of fun. Getting to do this on Friday nights, usually during the fall, sometimes during the spring, hopefully never again during the spring. And yeah, a lot of fun. And again, you mentioned the people back at home putting up with me being gone late on Friday nights, and couldn't do it without the patience that they have. So I want to make sure we mention them and everybody at the station for being great to work with. I think I'll limit myself to that, but always enjoy being a part of what you guys do, and look forward to doing it for hopefully for years to come.
That's our hope. And we'll be back at it on Monday afternoon. We have softball, Dietrich and Altamont. That'll be at Gilbert Park in Altamont, 4:30 Monday. Hear that on KJ Country at 102.3 and KJCountry.com. So for all those people I just mentioned, because I'll forget somebody if I don't, I'm Greg Sapp. Again, the final, Effingham 43, Lincoln 6. Hearts go undefeated. They're the Apollo Conference champs. And, hey, we only have to wait till August for more football. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for listening. This has been a production of Premier Broadcasting Incorporated.